Yo, 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 first smoke of the day. I'm my man Blackleaf in the building with me per usual.
What up?
Yes,
Big
sir. One. Big one right here. He came through with mad love, mad boxes. We got the brand everywhere in the building. Episode 5. My man Fidels. What's poppin', big dog?
What's good, young world?
Man. What's goody? All the branding's what's goody, man. You came through with the flame. This shit's going crazy. We got literally, like, I got everything I need right here. There's nothing I don't need. I'm only smoking Fidels this episode. I had other shit. I'm putting that to the side.
The dopest glow tray.
That'll be to another time. But talk about, man. First off, just thank you for coming. Thank you for making time.
I appreciate you guys for putting this together. It's something special, something necessary.
You know, already, man. We're working it, and we all been out here, you know, doing the shows, setting up tables, pushing shit from nothing, you know what I mean? From just a sticker on a whatever we had, right? You know? So here we are now. But talk about this branding, man. Talk about the big shift on how like this brand popped up and just started going hard. So talk about that lead up and
so I go by Fidel Hydro for those of you that don't know. I have a brand called Fidels and a pretty popular pre-roll called the Hash Hole.
Yes, sir.
I started off in this industry as a bag boy at a hydro shop, believe it or not. Like I love that. Literally, it was a 1,000 square foot store. I was 18. I just turned 18. I moved back here from Beirut, Lebanon. So,
oh wow, wow, big change.
Wow.
Yeah, like growing up in the Middle East, it's different.
Fire.
Yeah, You're cultured. You got a different type of rumble in your stomach.
Even just smoking weed's different. Everything.
Yeah, it's different. Wow.
The grind,
the hash heritage there, all that. It's mind boggling, and it's a beautiful country. So coming from that, I was really hungry, man. I worked my ass off. I would work long days, 7 days a week. So I really appreciated life for sure. And when I started off over here, I went to college, and it was my second semester in college. I was a bag boy at a hydro shop, and I did college. College was cool, but it didn't feel right. You feel me? The right. Hydro shop, the vibe. Like I'm like the cannabis industry is where it's at.
It excited you.
I dropped out. I put my full focus into the hydro store, and I went from being a bag boy at a 1,000 square foot store to over a few years. 9 years to be specific, just teaching people day in and day out the trade of it, the passion of it all. Like I learned so much through everyone else's trial and error, but it eventually led to being a 26,000 square foot store, which still stands today. It's called Commercial Grow Supply.
Oh yeah,
wow,
yeah.
So
man, that's a big 9 years at a grow store, bro. How many growers did you meet?
A lot, man.
Unbelievable. Like, guys running
all
big
the
warehouses.
repetitive people that come through, and all the new people all their trial and error that they go through. And I met a lot of notable names over the years, you know. Shout out to my boy Burning Rope. You feel me? Like we
yeah.
But it's awesome, man. I learned so much, and I was really passionate about it. Before anyone had like clean growing practices, I would hit up all these pesticide companies and I'd be like, is it cool to use for cannabis, for hemp, commercial use and whatnot? And I would make charts and numbers, and I would make sure all the customers knew the actual like products to use. I wanted to make a shift in it. You feel me? Like for a long time, people didn't give a fuck what they used. Excuse my language.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Of course.
Yeah, man.
We're uncut out here.
I'm going.
I love it.
In it.
No, and that's dope too, because you started your 10,000 hours even before. I know what that's about. I did something similar. So you're sitting there studying and reading up and learning, and I mean really jumping deep into the deep end of the pool. And got your hands on plants.
Yeah.
I mean I think that's so crucial. I really do. I was the same way, man. I would put books on the back of my toilet, right, and sit there and study strain. You're like Cindy 99, Cinderella 9, and you get the back lineage and you know where it came. So I mean, I love that, bro. That's dope. And then, were you playing with plants at all that whole time?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Among the first couple of years, I tiptoed into it, but once I got into growing, I was like, holy shit, here we go, man. You know what it is? Like, it don't matter if you start from 1, 4 lights, 10 lights. It's once you do that, you're not out of that, and it's a domino effect. You start small, but you keep growing. Like I had the mentality, like as soon as I hit my first one, I'm like, all right, we going bigger now. We're going bigger now.
Yeah.
Just kept going.
And then, man, I mean, so LA, right? Or what? All SoCal?
Yeah. So
Okay, that man. And then what, homies? You found homies that would help, or when did it get to the point where, okay, man, this is too big and I need some help now? Because I see you tag people, Feel Good, No Name. Right.
I have a lot of homies.
Yeah.
I have a lot of homies within the circle, and honestly, like you can't do it alone to begin with. Any man that claims to be behind the brand, there's a whole team behind that for sure. So
Absolutely.
I appreciate everyone that's a part of the vision that helped me get here and that keeps it pushing.
And I know Pat Gods wanted to definitely know, like, so that whole time, like, tell us now, like, when did it turn from, you know, Fidel Hydro out there playing with plants to here's the brand and here we roll, you know?
So I was back home in Lebanon on vacation, and I had a childhood homie that's an artist. He does like brand packaging for hotels and restaurants in Lebanon. And I told him, let's put together something. I want to start my brand out. I'm known as Fidel Hydro. I pump out really good flour.
Yeah.
I'm known for the flour that I was pumping out. And I told him I want something that people know me by. So Fidels is what really stuck by me. It was simple, 5 letters. So that was one thing, is the name. You have your name. That's cool.
You put that was like Instagram or what? Like you were like, boom, Instagram, Fidel.
I was like Fidel sticks. It's a simple 5-letter word. And then I had my homie draw it up into a logo, which he hand drew like 200 different logos, and he had this like Arabic inspired Fidel's logo, which looks similar to the one now. And he threw it on the Lucky Strike pack, like an old school Lucky Strike pack.
Okay,
I like that. Anything nostalgic, like that always hits.
It stuck with me. It was like classic. It's timeless.
You know, like it's timeless. Exactly.
That's what I was going for. So that Fidel's logo, if you guys see it anywhere, if you see it 10 years from now, it'll always give you that same feeling. That's for sure.
So was that the homie Mario?
That wasn't the homie Mario. This was my homie Narek. The homie Mario came along in the picture, which I'll tell you guys once we start talking about Cookies Maywood. I saw Mario when I walked into Cookies Maywood. He was painting the ceiling like Michelangelo. He was painting the sky
straight up.
Yeah, that's
you were like,
I need to meet this guy. Who is this guy? Yeah.
No, that's fire then.
Yeah,
that's real dope. What are you smoking on right now?
I'm smoking on a hash hole. It's Gelato 41 with Cushman's rosin. Hey, this is the original hash hole. It's 2.8 grams of flour and 1 gram of hash rosin.
That real deal. Yeah, that's a little different right there.
Yeah,
that's the big boy.
I mean, that's
presidential
rocket chip right there.
Hand rolled, biodegradable tip on it.
I'm breaking up some.
And was that a collab with Natura, or how that right, or is that a different one?
The Natura brought this to life on the licensed market with me. It's something that we rolled on the traditional market, and it became such a hit. To be honest with you, and I got the blessing to meet the good people over at Natura, and we collaborated on this. So now I have a solid team that rolls them better than ever before. Wow. There's only one way to roll these. It's the way I taught the guys.
Wow.
Right. The guys and girls. I appreciate everybody.
Yeah. Yours are different. Yours burn different. The way it's set right in the middle too, and you can literally watch it, and it's direct centered. I mean, it's just different. It's not easy to. If anyone's ever tried to roll those on your own, I mean, it's a hard roll.
A finesse.
Yeah, it really is, and yours are exceptional.
Thank you so much.
And now they're offered to the people where, if you weren't working with Natura, everyone just sees them on Instagram and they're like, I mean, I wish I could get that for Christmas, right? But this is how people can finally get them now. That's huge.
Exactly, man. And I always wanted that point of sale. People always wanted to buy the hash roll, and it's like everyone's bugging. They're like, how can I get it? How can I get it? And there's so many points of
I felt the same way
now, you know. So that's what we care about as a grower. I mean, to get it out to the masses and for everyone to try.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I totally feel you. I mean, even looking at your page from the outside, I was like, oh man, I got to try one of these hash holes at one of these times. Like, because even yours looks so different from everybody else's I've seen. Even the guys that have a finesse brand, it's not the same. It really isn't. I mean, I got one of yours through one of my good friends, Hash Era. And I mean, he was like, boom, try this, bro. And I think we were watching the fights one night, so we each sat down and smoked one each. Wow. Off the chain, bro. That's
real, man. Honestly, we put a lot of time and love into these. It's always going to be hand rolled. We're never going to change that fact of it. I felt like there was something genuine about it. You know what I mean? Like, people can say it's handcrafted or whatnot, and I salute everyone doing this. There's so much room for everybody to do this.
A lot of work goes into all those.
I plan to differentiate myself between everybody if I haven't already. You know, I just want to keep my foot on the neck and just go hard as we can. So
100%.
Shout out to Natura for making it possible. They have a mind-boggling facility, pumping out weight, pumping out quality, and like, to be honest with you, I've never seen a work environment that's been like peaceful.
Wow.
Try to have 230 people
at peace,
and everyone smiling, waving at each other, showing love. It's such an amazing place to be at.
Yeah, that's a must.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a must. That's so dope, man. That is really cool. And yeah, they do have a crazy team. They got they basically got Critical Concentrates, which, I mean, if everybody knows who that is, you know, the big homie, they're running the machines.
Yes, sir.
And I've only seen it in pictures, but the facility looks exceptional. You know, it really looks cool. And it's mixed light, correct?
Mixed light.
They have this crazy mixed light grow that's just really different, which I know a lot of older growers that say that's where the whole industry's going in 20 to 30. Once the curve and once everything's been said and done, and let's say even 30 years from now, they think that's where 99% of the flower will be grown, will be a mixed light, because it brings your costs down and you're able to get the best of both worlds. And so I know a lot of older growers that always tell me that, like, hey, maybe not now and maybe not in the first couple points of legalization, but once things settle in, that's where a lot of people are going, is that mixed light with the different, you know, and even my mentor always says, like, you can get just as good as indoor with the right mixed light setup, similar to what nature has, with where it's almost like glass or some type of enclosure where it's not even open air.
100%. And the technology they have there, it kind of like changed my perspective on the mixed light category.
Oh, wow.
Too, because they call it indoor plus over there, and I get it why. It's the LEDs that they have, the control that they have over their VPD in these huge importance. Yeah, like it's insane. Shout out to my homie Steve Council. He runs the cultivation over there.
Okay. And
they're about to launch like an indoor facility over there too. Like, it's, I know people like throw the light dep and all this.
Yeah.
And it's not really about that. And they have a big.
I always just say mixed light.
Image,
yeah, mixed light.
Honestly, like, I cannot wait to showcase like the indoor flower that's gonna come out there. It's I got some special shit in the works as far as genetics, so I'm looking forward to it.
Bro, I mean, people want it. I want it. So I know I always test myself, and I'm like, dude, I'm a heady fan, and I same thing. I go out and buy all the hype stuff. So and if I'm hyped about it, I can already imagine what everyone else is gonna be like, you know. And that's dope, man. That's really cool. I think that's where the industry's going.
I think so too. I mean, because people want the good stuff, but
and cheap. They want it cheaper. They don't want $100 eighth.
You got to have affordable stuff too.
But if you could, let's say you could take that same eighth and produce her cheaper and dial it in more, you could get it for cheap. Even
at least
maybe
that way
75.
you can try the flavor, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's going to be tiers.
Yeah.
But at least, like, I guess with even like in the liquor industry, you see that, you know, there's tiers. Like, you can get this, you can get that, you can get the silver, you can get the gold.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I feel like as a brand, you shouldn't like categorize yourself as just one thing. You shouldn't.
No,
you shouldn't cater to
multifaceted.
Just the expensive selling stuff. No, you got to cater to all the markets, and the perspective has to change on the other side too, on the consumer end, where they don't just expect fire from this brand. They're gonna grow another type of fire to cater to other people.
And you dropped a gem right there, and we easily passed over it because, you know, I'm a grower and I caught it, but you said VPD, you know, and that was a gem that I try to battle, and I try to explain to new growers that, like, you don't understand the gem we've been given in the last 5 to 10 years in the industry, because before that, no one ever heard of that title, VPD. No. And everyone battles. I don't care who you are. It's the dirty word, right? Powdery mildew, PM, right? Every grower, if you've been doing it over 10 years and you've had multiple facilities, has run into it, right? And us growers were given this really dope thing called a VPD chart. And with that, we've been able to dial in and understand the stuff that some of us knew already, but we didn't know what to call it, right? We just knew, hey man, if we don't do this, we're going to have a problem. But all these new growers, I run into even big brands in the commercial industry now and rec. And the first thing I say is 3 things with producing fire, right? And with this is hands down with these three, that's it. And I don't care what else. You can nuance some things, but number one, environmentals, because you cannot call your product fire if you're having problems with it, right? Use a bad batch, it's whatever, but it's not fire. I run into people like, this is a fire, and they're like, but it was a bad batch, but it's fire. And I'm like, no, you can't, it's not the same thing in the same sentence, right?
True.
So environmentals, as any new grower, and even I'm talking to you, man, because you are a specialist in cultivation, and that's why I want to talk to you about something niche right now. 3 things I talk on this podcast heavy. Number 1, environmentals. You got to control your environmentals. Without that, you might as well just go home. I mean, you're not going to want to smoke the bud. You're not going to have the quality. You're not going to have the yield. Number 2, genetics. I've grown tons of stuff. I've grown this shit out of some BC bud, but seeds, like stuff. You got to have the right genetics. And then 3rd, irrigation. And I always say irrigation meaning what are you feeding your plants and how are you feeding them, right? Like how many times per day, how many milliliters, but then also what's going into that. Those 3 things as a cultivator, if you can get those figured out, you're producing fire. All the other little nuances of like, oh, well, airflow and this and that, but it's all just niches after that. Like I try to push that so hard when I'm consulting with either a failing warehouse, which I was just doing, or new growers who I look at, they want to show me pictures and they're like, hey, look at this. And I'm like, oh God. And I'm like, oh, looks good, bro. How long you been growing? And the first thing I say is like, are you controlling your environment? Cause I can see that they've plucked every leaf off the plant and it's in week 5. So I'm like, what's going on? Yeah.
Dissect it,
but dude, you dropped a huge gem, and I just wanted to touch on that people skip over. So
I couldn't agree more though. Everything that you just said. And when it comes to your environment, like I really want to stress this out. Like I sold people like grow hardware and all this shit for 9 years. You feel me? So whenever you set up a grow room, make sure you have the proper budget to do it. Don't short it. Yeah. Get the proper air conditioning, get the proper dehumidification, get the proper tools to read your temperature, your humidity, your CO2, and know when those devices are failing too. Like the hardware fails. So don't just rely on it because you paid this much for it, but know how it works. Give a fuck about how you set up your environment.
It's a race car. Yeah. If you were going to get on the track and go 250 miles an hour, I bet you'd make sure that extra lug nut was tight. And then what's that little noise from the back exhaust? Are you sure that's all right? Like you would be honed in. It's the same thing. Make sure unless you have a janky one, but I know none of us are talking that. So make sure your race car is tight. And I always tell guys, like it literally is that. It's a race car. You're asking it to perform under intense conditions when you want it to perform, catch that VPD, don't let it, curve, don't do this, don't, man, and for these investors, like invest in your every couple years. What do we need to fix? What do we need? I love that you touched on that because most people will set up a grow and they're like, we're good. We'll look back on this in 15, 20 years. And you're like, what? And I've consulted on some spots that you walk into and they're like, this place 5 years and no one's touched anything. But yeah,
if you were somebody that was like, because obviously you started working in the store, and I want to get back to this story too and kind of build off that. But if you started working in the store, obviously you did. So when you started working in the store, had you already messed with plants or just nothing?
To be honest with you, I knew nothing when I first came in.
Okay, cool.
I knew nothing. I was fresh from Lebanon. I didn't have any experience.
It was a job at first.
It was a job at first.
And then curiosity got to you and you were like, boom. So
not just that, my stomach rumbled differently. And that was that dry sponge mentality. You feel me? So I'm like,
building off of that. That's why you got a this brand right here and all this stuff going on. But digressing, what for someone wanting to start out, you started out, for someone wanting to start out right now in today's day and age, I'm sure it was different then. What would they need to focus on? What would they need to worry about? What would they need to get for their basic setup? Say they wanted to do a 4-lighter, a 2-lighter, something small.
Bedroom.
What would they need to make sure they do?
Past asking permission from
right.
Landlord.
Assuming assuming that everything's all good. They're in a, you know, state that is allowing all this thing.
So right now, if you're gonna set up a grow, you're up and coming, you know, you're new to this game, and you don't really know where to begin. I would have a bedroom located for this.
Yeah.
This project, let's call it.
Yep.
This 4-light project that you can do in a bedroom. I would go to the hydro shop, your local hydro shop, find one, walk through and take a look at all their belongings, pick their name, pick them for some info, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So to begin with, you'd want to set up a 4-lighter, get a proper AC. I would start with getting a LED setup, for example. I'm literally gonna go with what's leading in the game, and I'm gonna
go to relevancy right away.
So I would set up like a 4-light Gavita, do it like a 3-ton AC, doing like a 16 plants per light setup. Find a local dispensary or someone notable that sells clones, or start from seed.
Yep.
And start with a soil base or a cocoa base as your first setup. I know a lot of people want to start off with Rockwell, and it's great, but as a beginner,
it's not strategic.
You should do something that's more forgiving, I would say.
Absolutely.
I totally agree, man. Great idea.
Pick what about nutrient line or something like that? What would they?
Nutrient line, I mean,
It's an important one right here.
if I'm suggesting it for a beginner, you know, like if I would go with a liquid based nutrient to begin with. Athena is great. I've used literally over the years every nutrient company you can name, and they all work. Granted, they all work. Some are better, some are not as good quality, let's say.
They all have to be dialed or tweaked a little bit.
It's so dope that you come from the grow store background.
Crazy.
Like, so you literally got, because like, if you have a brand, the best feedback you can get is that consumer buying the eighth from your brand. Like, they give you all the things you need to know about your business. They have all the answers, you know? And so you having that, it's like you stepping into this, like you are getting all that out of everyone else. So that's amazing to just know that the feedback for anybody listening, that what he just said and went over, I mean, it's factual, because right there you have it. Trial and error, everybody coming in, week out. I can't tell you how, like, if you're starting a brand or starting a grow or anything like that, the grow store people are your new best friends.
100%.
So they're like the people you go to, you're like, shit's fucked up right now.
And look,
Tom
there's
and
always
Chad,
there's always someone there that cares, you know, like
there's always going to be a homie that's like,
their job,
and most of them grow.
Yeah,
like 99% of them grow, you know.
Pick them for information.
Yeah. Bug problems.
All of that.
Yeah.
All of that.
Yeah. I still to this day, I'll go in there with an idea, and then I'll already know what I'm thinking, and I'll say, hey man, what would you do for this? Yeah. And they'll say, oh, I would do that. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. And you either cross-reference what you already thought, or they give you an idea that you didn't have, just a different technique, you know? Yeah.
So that's amazing. So you're working at the grocery store, you get some lights up, you get some things going. When did it kind of shift when you were like, all right, I can't be at this grocery store anymore? Like, I gotta.
Honestly, like with all the grows that I had going on, and like I'm seeing that like branding is actually working.
Yep.
Branding and having actually quality.
Well, having feng shui style.
Like, putting a name and a face to a brand is a unique thing.
You owned it. Yeah. 100%.
I was open with it right off the get. You know, people knew it was my brand. And
how long ago we talking from right now?
So it's been 6 years that I've been like focusing on Fidels, the brand. You know, I've been
that's amazing.
I've been growing for 9. So
oh wow, man, you're killing it for that.
I'm only 29. That's the cool
I'm 19 years into cultivation this year, so just a heads up, like you're killing it, bro.
Thank you.
Side note, this Runtz is fucking amazing.
Thank you.
It's smoking. Very, very nice.
Yeah, Fidel brought these insane Runtz that he you said S1 or F1? S1. And Runtz usually has more of a sweet back. This is forward. Like you open the package and you're like, boom, Runtz, right? A very forward smell. And I was telling him before we got on here that was one of my favorite things, is that it's not a question like, oh, this is kind of sweet. It's like, this is Runtz. bam, right in your face.
And it's like original Runtz.
Fire.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I like that. Like where it's like, you know, it's not like back cross, like with all these different things where it kind of tastes, which I love the vibe. I love the candy vibes. And I was telling him, I was like, you know, a lot of their shit surprises me because it does burn white and it's like a new candy. The way they've taken that terp and built off of it is just different than a lot of other people in the route they're going with exotics. So it's just much different. But
when you were, just to cut in, when you were basically working at the grow store, you know, to touch on, you know, your brothers, since they're also in the grow game, were they all involved? So were you also hearing rumblings about like, man, these dudes are killing it too? And like, were you just waiting on your turn or were you just focused at the grow store? Because it's so crazy, because I feel like the carrot on the stick you had, you know, they were like, there's a lot of people around you crushing that, I know, you know.
My brothers really paved the way for me, to be honest with you. They're always doing something. They're always grow somehow, you know. They'd find it early on. They found the closet, or like they went up on the hill by our house, and they always found a way to grow.
is this back home?
Back home and over here.
So back home was where you were, you know, they're learning and you're seeing, and then so when you got here, that's what obviously you were like, I'm gonna get a job. Was that strategic, or
it was strategic? And at the time, they had 2 dispensaries that like literally like I got here within a month of that, they lost it all. They got everything got raided. They lost all that. So when that went down, I just tucked away in the hydro shop. I learned the ins and outs of it. Like I was fresh from Lebanon, and I had a hard work ethic. So
absolutely,
I didn't know much, but I was coming into it with my brothers already being in the industry. You know, like.
So were they already over here?
They were already over here, yeah.
Okay.
They were already over here.
So they were already over here in the game, and they dive right into who are, you know, your bros, who you're referencing?
So I have 3 brothers, 1 little brother, and my middle brother Serge, who's known as Serge Cannabis. He's the head cultivator for Cookies Maywood.
Big shout out.
Big shout out.
That's where if I'm buying flour from Cookies, that's where I go. And I was told by Burner that like, yo, if you're gonna try my flour, bro, go there, because like he's gonna tell he's proud of that facility. He's proud of them dudes.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. And my eldest brother, Gas No Breaks.
That's you tag him.
Yeah, he's crushing it. So
I love his brand too. I love the shirts you guys are dropping, all the merch and shit. Like,
all of it.
He's got some clever shit. You can't smoke hash all day if you don't start in the morning.
No, that's my homie Lot Comedy. He's
okay.
He's an artist of his own. He has the "You Don't Even Smoke" shirts. I don't know.
Yeah, you don't even smoke. I like that shit. He comes hard.
Yeah,
you boys went hard in Hawaii. I seen a few pics from the trip and shit. That shit had me lit up, man.
Yeah,
I was loving that.
Living life, man.
I was loving that, bro.
Yeah,
I was loving
it's
that.
cool, man. My brothers really paved the way for me, and I watched my middle brother Serge really build that Cookies Maywood facility. I was with him early on. I was involved in the hydro shop, so I sold him most of the stuff that he started building.
Wow. Okay.
And we were down on our hands and knees, like putting together the rolling benches, hanging the lights, and all that.
And you were doing that after work.
Yeah, after work. Yeah,
helping him.
Yes, sir.
Get it in.
Yes,
man.
Sir.
See, that's the type of shit that people just like. Damn, you're lucky, bro.
No.
You know, but it's just like luck is compounded over just hard work and consistency and long years.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean?
A lot of people have lazy little brothers or something like that. I honestly was really hungry, man, to have the privilege for my brother to put it on for me like that platform. That's amazing.
You're paying him back and amazing, because this brand is fucking amazing. I love the name. I love the brand. I love every single product you've shown me. There's not one thing I'm like, not vibing. Like, this is all over the top. So, and your brother, his brand is called Fiore, which is another dope ass brand that I noticed right away and was like, wow.
Yes, sir.
That's funky right there.
It's real genuine, man.
I always know when someone's got sauce, like style, like, okay, they know what's popping. You know what I mean? Like, when they're gonna do some shit in the branding game, and then I seen the plane come online, and I was like, all right, these boys are fucking it up right now. I love this shit, and to be honest to God truth, I had zero clue that was your brother or anything.
Yeah, he's my
until
blood
tonight.
brother, man. People get it
Yeah,
mistaken.
I had no
they throw the
clue.
brother term around, but these
Yeah,
are like my blood brother.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
That's dope, man.
That's fucking amazing. It's a whole family story, and like
can
it
win
didn't
together.
start here.
No, it didn't start here. It
Like,
started
that's
from
even
my
a s-
dad smoking, man. I'd be a little 8-year-old curious of what that smell was.
So talk about that. Tell us about your first time smoking weed, or your first experience with weed.
I started pretty late. When I moved over here when I was 18, I was in the car with the homies. I was driving my brother's Beamer at the time. I had a pipe. I think Snoop Dogg and Wiz Khalifa's song came on, That Good.
Okay, yeah.
In perspective, I was behind
in
the wheel,
LA, you
hitting
get
the
the full
pipe,
treatment.
looking left and right.
Living the
You
dream.
got the full treatment.
Yeah.
And what were you hitting out of that pipe though?
I
Because
was
like
hitting
our
some
first times, it was some swag, some crazy
I was
shit.
hitting some OG, man. I was hitting some
LA OG
Wow.
though. So come
some
on now.
proper OG,
Yeah,
Madman
that's
OG to be
the
specific.
real deal.
Oh, he had a strain name on it
It's a
too.
real kill.
My shit was called Sticks and Stems with a little bit of bud somewhere. I think.
Mine was like some Arizona Reggie, like just no good. But that's what happens when it's all about location.
100%. People nowadays get the privilege of trying like really good weed as their first time, you know. So
100%.
it could be epic, you know, to taste something good, to get a good vibe off of it. So
Oh man, people are able to walk right into a dispensary. It's similar to what we touched on in a different episode about the cultivators now walking in, and their first grow they've ever worked in is 150 lighter. The guys I work with in the desert out in Palm Springs, right, for the rec market, all the guys, this is their first grow job, and it's 150 lights, and I'm like, this is the smallest grow you've ever worked in. I'm like, I remember my first was a 250 light bulb, with like and that was like a whole year of that, so it's just real crazy.
Yeah,
right?
it's crazy time.
Yeah. Now you're going in, you're like, I'll smoke the Fidels Runtz for my first smoke ever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Bro, that's crazy. On the Fidel rolling tray, that looks crazy, bro. Like, I mean, the full merch line is just unbelievable. I bought the tray before we even got together for this podcast. I was like, hands down, my favorite glow tray collab. Like, not even close. The pattern, the thickness, there's something different about yours than the other ones. I don't know, besides it just looks dope.
You know what it is when I looked at it.
Yeah.
When I looked at the glow tray, I was like, I don't want to just do it like anyone else does. I'm like, why isn't there a full design around it? Why can't they do that? So you gotta ask those questions sometimes, and sometimes you could be the first one to do something different.
Don't copy. Yeah, no, well, I mean, off the chain, man.
So the vibes I get, and I'm a big fan of this, is Beverly Hills Hotel vibes off this. So with this background and how you've used it and all these things, like, I fuck with it a lot. I love it.
Shout out to my right hand man, Dapper Dan. He's a genius. We
don't give him too much.
We
gotta
do
be
some
careful.
epic work together, man.
Crazy tables I see. I feel like on this. Yeah. I'm always peeping Instagram.
Everything's very Cali, very LA, very
Yeah, but different. I mean, hands down, bro. When I saw that rolling tray, and I was like, oh, I went online. I was like, up. It's different. And I watch everybody's brands. It's just different. Same with the hash holes. Look at his branding on the actual outside of the hash hole. It's different. Like crazy glitter, but not. It's like this. It looks like a diamond. It's basically the inside of a diamond when you watch it sparkle. That's what the whole packaging is. So
what's cool?
I love it.
A lot of people don't know this about me, but I don't waste my time on like buying like cars and stuff. I might one day when that comes, but I buy printers, and I like investing back into my brand. So I own numerous printers. We print our own merch, our own packaging. We do everything in house. Like I'm very proud of that too. Like to be able to employ your friends and family is like an amazing feat.
So everything we're looking at, not only is it your own designs, it's you actually employing the designs and making the actual product.
You packaged it, created it.
Yeah, printed by us, packaged by us.
Shirts, everything.
Oh, British
single
pound
sources
cake.
it gets, right?
Jackets.
All of that. We have these jeans. We have 5 colors of jeans.
That's what I was gonna say. My man rolled up. He had some jeans and some pants. I'm like, man, I'm coming over to shop later then. I got to swing through.
He rolled up in his own pants.
He rolled up in his own pants.
Yeah.
And he's not lying about the cars and all that stuff either. My man rolled up very, very low key. I was like, okay. Right when you did that, to be honest with you, I was like, I fuck with this dude. Seriously though, no, you want my respect with that. I was like, nah, this dude's tight. Like,
Pat God, smell what I just handed you. The British pound cake.
British pound cake.
Unbelievable.
I like that you're fucking with this. Like,
really dope.
Shout out Mario Medina. He created that label.
Man, the smell is like, has a Skittles-y kind of like, I don't know. It's off the chain with it.
It's sweet, but it's like gassy. It's like sweet gas. Purple.
I picked it up to look at the branding, and I was like, "What is this?"
One next. I'm on the Runtz right now.
I don't know if that was meant for us, but I looked at the branding, and I was like, "Wow!" And then I smelled it, and I was like, "Whoa, this is." I love stuff like that where it has that sweet note, but then it also has the gas too. You get best of both. Like,
I got some new shit coming called LaMelo. It's a mind boggler.
LaMelo. I like that.
The mind boggler.
I took the London pound cake and I hit it with the Pomelo Anderson mayo.
Ooh. What is it?
Let me say that louder for the ones that didn't hear in the back.
Yeah.
I took the London pound cake and I hit it with the Pomelo Anderson mayo.
Wow.
And we got some amazing blueberry undertones with some gassy punch to it. I cannot wait. Like, I'm doing the second pheno hunt right now of 700 beans, getting all the I'm choosing them, like, very selective again.
Wow.
Again. And I cannot wait for the people to try it. It's gonna be some special shit. I wouldn't toot my own horn.
Yeah, no, man. I can see the passion just radiating from you with that shit. The way you got me on this whole thought process with how you're single sourcing all your shit now, it kind of just warped my whole mind for your whole damn brand. Like, I don't know, I'm a super fan now, to be honest with you, because I can see that you're really going through it. And take note, he said 700 beans.
Yeah.
Not 70.
I mean,
not even 20.
Even the jars are different. Like, the jars aren't anyone else's jar.
No,
I haven't seen that jar as anybody else's jar anywhere.
No lie.
Yeah. No,
I'm fucking with that.
And I mean, so to be able to smoke the stuff you're smoking too, right? So you're be able to basically create your full pheno line. So everything you're smoking is your own stuff.
100%.
Yeah, I mean,
I do try other people's stuff, and you will catch me smoking on other people's flavors for sure.
Gotcha.
But all these new flavors that we've created, like Runtz mints, LaMelo, Tropicana grape cake, garlic grapes. I can go on and on, but the peach pound cake, the peach tart, peaches and Kush. I took the London pound cake. I hit it with the KM.
And so when people are buying your flowers right now, what are we buying? We're buying, because like right now I'm playing with LEDs. You know, most of my stuff's all LED right now. So are you hydro? Since you're Fidel Hydro, I know that was before, but give us a rundown. Like, what's your favorite style of growing right now?
I personally grow in cocoa core, like 70-30 mix.
Okay.
I'm fond of it. I have gone straight cocoa too. I can grow in every method possible, but my preference is the 70-30 mix.
I love how this burns.
Dialed,
I do have different rooms that have different lights. I've tried every LED light out there on the market right now. I've tried every DE bulb on there.
What's your favorite? Yeah.
Right now I'm loving the Gavita, the 1930 LEDs, crushing it. I have no reason to rave about Gavita, but it's just facts. It's honestly facts.
It's a dope looking light too.
And it performs. Honestly, it's a performer.
I run the Grower's Choice.
Yes.
And I absolutely love them. The only thing I haven't put it up against, I put it up against Fluence. I put it up against, there was like 3 or 4 that are smaller brand. And that's the one I want to try next is the Gavita. Yeah. I mean, it's a beautiful light, the way it looks. And
I like the Grower's Choice too, the 720s.
Yeah, that's the ones I run. I got 16 of those blazing, you know.
They perform, man. You got to get them nice and close, you know.
Yeah,
you get chunkers.
It's crazy though. That is the change from double-ended to, or just, you know, the old Gavitas to the new ones, the LEDs, because, you know, you used to be able to just stick the lights up there and then you'd have this badass canopy. Everything's even. Now you got to drop it. You got to kind of, you know, sometimes I get those crazy plants that want to shoot up. So I'm like, all right, tie that thing sideways. You know, it's definitely a more active canopy and cultivation style with LEDs.
100%.
Yeah, but what do you think about? We had a huge talk. We did 2.5 hour last episode, right? But one of the things we talked about was LED flower versus HPS flower, and just the difference from what the strain looks like, because I put out flower, right? And I know my capabilities as a grower. So it frustrates me when I'm putting out flower that other people, it looks different, so they think it's not as good, right? And you're like, no, this is phenomenal flower, but it doesn't have the same look as it used to because it was coming from double-ended. So I'm trying to tell people, like, smoke it. Smoke some right now, you know? And it's crazy because it definitely has a different look.
100%.
What do you think about that?
I think that people that grow with LEDs are definitely getting a more unique look to the nugs, whether it's like more resin production. Yeah. But it all leads back to the grower. If a grower is treating the LED, like, knows how to work with an LED light, and the plant's uptaking more, and you're feeding it more, and you're getting the most out of it, you're doing a thorough flush.
It's similar.
It's similar.
Yeah.
But I am seeing better quality from LED because it's in some sense a more softer and wider spectrum.
I like it better.
Yeah, it's softer light on a human being, and it definitely is for the plants too. Like, you can hit your UMO counts that you want, and it's not like a radiant heat or a radiant light that you can't look at for too long of a time. So I'm really passionate about the grow technology. I've seen every bit of it, from the magnetic fucking ballast back in the day with the single-ended bulbs and all that.
Yeah. I can hear them turning on now. Yeah, and what's dope is no hot spots.
Yeah, no.
I mean, you can run your whole room and just up the amount of airflow and run your whole room super warm, and you have no hot spots. So you can, I mean, for veg, it's unbelievable. It's hands down, switching to LED, best veg ever. And then now I'm playing with bloom, and same thing. The more homegrown looking buds, that fluffier, kind of more calyxed out, the double-ended still has about it, I think, 2 years. I think in about 2 to 3 years, LED will catch up with the infrared. I think that's what we're missing.
Yes.
As soon as they catch up with that, it's game over.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
The LED tech is going to get a little better, and the DE's probably got another year or two left in it right now.
Super cool, man. I love talking tech with you.
It's dope. At Natura, they have this one bay that has this R&D light that they're doing. It's completely like far red. So it's like, it has that far red light.
Oh, wow.
So it's like, you walk in there, it's pink, you feel me? But it's like you look at the quality of the buds, you're like, all right, this room is the best room in this place.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's something special about that far red. Yeah.
Oh, so man, that's trippy right there, because I was waiting for you to say, and the buds look crazy and they're not regular. Oh, wow, it's even better.
Yeah, it's even better.
See, and that's what's showing you we're just getting into the curve, man. 10 years from now, we might be growing with a completely different spectrum.
Yep.
Like, we might be like, oh man, purple, we didn't know. Does 4 pounds of light, and it's the best bud we've ever had, you know, double the resin production. You know, who even knows where we're going? Because LED was so far in the distance where, like, it was a joke, you know, maybe 5 years ago. Yep. Like, people would be like, LED, and I would just go into a 5-minute spiel about, listen, I've tried this, tried that, it was worth. Now it's like, man, I mean, it's better, I personally feel, and in 2 to 3 years, it won't even be a question. Everyone will be switched over.
100%,
you know?
Yeah. Back in the day, I used to tell people, I'm like, the technology's not there yet. Just wait.
Yeah.
Just wait. Now it's like, it's there and it's getting better. Just like, it's going to get better. Every drop that happens, every light that's dropping right now, it's not the one.
Yes.
No, it's
yes.
It's a version of the one.
It's funny. You were the one saying that, and I was the one like, no, bro, listen, I fucking hate them. Like, they don't work right. Yeah, that's dope. So, man, that's so dope, though, that the first time I want to go back that you were smoking was on some straight strain, bro. Like, do you remember the first time what you grew first?
I grew,
because that's always a battle, you know.
I was growing like bubbas with my brothers. So when I first got into it, my brothers were growing with like some Fox Farm soil and shit.
Yeah.
And they had some bubbas, some OGs,
some fire bubba though, right?
Yeah. I mean, Afghani.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Oh, you're growing fire from the rip.
Yeah. From the rip. But I learned to like venture out when people were growing like all OGs out here in Southern California. I went like to Amsterdam and to Spain, and I had gotten some seeds and stuff. I came, tried different flavors, even though there weren't the one, you know, like my mind was already there. I wanted to keep finding something new. So ever since then, I wasn't for the money, how people are, you know, it's cool to make money and all that's cool. The notoriety for creating something is even better, you know, like having a legacy is amazing. So as soon as I started popping seeds and getting into that, I'm like, wow, can I create something? So like when I got into it, I had a pretty nice female catalog of plants. Yeah. And I got blessed with 2 select males from my brother, and I got blessed with a male from my homie No Name OG that was a Jungle Boys Skittles cake times grape Topanga.
Oh wow.
So we had that select male, and then I had the Pomelo times Gelati Kush Mints and the Peach OZ times Gelati Kush Mints. I had those males.
Oof, off terpy.
Yeah, I hit them with all my females that I had at the time, and I created a pretty nice seed catalog that you could find on fidelsgenetics.com, and you could buy that with cryptocurrency right now.
Boom.
Damn.
Little ETH or BTC drop.
Yeah. And you blessed us with a bunch. Shout out to that. Thank you.
Oh, man, I can't wait.
You owe it to this man.
Yeah, no, I got you. I got you 100%. If I find something insane, you're welcome to it as well. Yeah, no, man.
Keep going.
I can't wait.
So it was awesome. Like I did a thorough pheno hunt of my shit before I put it out. I went through everything, and I was really, really happy with the amount of keepers that I had and how stable everything was, and how awesome is it when you have tried and true genetics. Everything as a grower that you believe that you can't do as a breeder, you stump it. You feel me? You dead it. You feel me? Genetics like really do that. Like if you breed and you see that you created something amazing, run with it.
And it's all you. Yep, all you. Man, that is so dope.
That's a differentiator in a brand in 2021.
You gotta have your own strains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, then there's different varieties, like
and not just like
you can still be a white label brand, but I'm saying like if you're gonna be a cultivation and you're starting from there, you need to be popping seeds, and you need to be working on the flavors of the future.
100%. And hopefully not just renaming other breeders' work, right? Like, no, like hopefully you're taking either part or you work with a breeder. Like go to a breeder and say, hey man, can I put some money in your pocket and can we do something for my brand? I'm sure for the right talk, I mean, you don't got to go to the biggest guys. Some of the smaller breeders know what they're doing. I'm sure they could work out. I mean, get them the right genetics. If you want to say, hey man, you know, this times this, can you make that happen? I'm sure a lot of breeders like, let's start this community as far as like a talk. I mean, I think it would be awesome if there was a big wave of collaboration that started to happen between brands and breeders, where they started to say like, hey man, almost like how dispensaries and growers are, where we have to, you know, you want to work with a great dispensary, they got your back, they put it out to the masses, things you can't get to, right, where you're just touching all these customers and same thing. Like breeders should be, that's so dope that you're able to do that, and hopefully that way is a wave, you know. I mean, every brand, because not every brand wants to breed. I just spent 2.5 years learning how to breed because Dirty Sprite, what I chose to breed with, was so finicky that twice she produced pollen that wasn't viable. So we had to go back, redo the formula, redo everything, try it again. And so it was a really hard learning curve. And for any normal person or brand that was like relying on making money, they would have given up halfway through. I was on my tail end of like, okay, where are we? This is maybe 2 years
for me.
Yeah, this breeding shit is crazy, bro. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Hopefully there's this wave, because not everyone wants to be like, well, let's do this ourselves and spend, I would say it cost me about 50 to 100 grand to learn how to breed. Yeah. So, and that was me 18 years into cultivating. Yeah. Knowing what I know and then bringing a breeder in next to me, and still the genetics I chose to breed with were that difficult that they were acting up. We had to change the STS spray. So that's what I'm saying. Like, man, you're ahead of the game, bro. That's so dope. You did your own breeding. You have your own strains. I mean, the wave is your own wave, you know?
Thank you, my man. Thank you. And
so dope.
Pure honesty on your end. On you're really pure and like you come from a genuine place when you say that. To go through breeding and like it's trial and error and to be able to succeed from it. I'm proud of it. It's a bomb feat, and I can't wait to just keep breeding. That's my plan, just to keep pushing the envelope. Man, keep creating.
When you say that, all I think about is years and time and money. So, and all that, just when you say like you chased down your own genetics, you bred your own genetics, and now you have your own strains, that's, you know, you're talking 2-3 years right there. Boom, flash of an eye.
Yep.
Wow.
So how do you balance it? How do you balance the cultivation from the breeding projects?
You just have to have dedicated like
you have like
breeding rooms and pheno hunting rooms. You know, like that's in addition to everything else you have going on. Your flower producing rooms, your veg rooms. You should have a pheno hunt room. It could be on a different property. It could be. You should have a breeding room. Those are essential for me. I have a spot that just I do a pheno hunt and I breed. So I'll do one run pheno hunt, one run breeding run, one run pheno hunt, and one run breeding run. And I keep doing that. I always want to see what I'm producing. I'll hunt through them like very thoroughly. And I like putting that out there for the people. Like literally, I'll pull out all the non-keepers. No one will ever see the light of day of those. But all the keepers, I'll literally bottle them up individually in jars, and I'll make sure they go out to the masses. Like our first pheno hunt box, we did like a mix down. So you'd get like
so cool.
You'd get like Tropicana grape cake or Lamello and peach pound cake.
And you'd be able to try out a pheno hunt, and I'm basically riding it with you.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude, that's awesome.
Test all these different strains that I put out, and I wasn't stingy. I didn't hold back. I didn't want to like try one nug. I'm like, nah, everyone gets to try this together. Like, let's do this.
Yo, I gotta hold on. I'm smoking this British pound cake, and I'm wondering what is this, bro?
Straight flame.
This is like, I don't know if I've had British pound cake or like, I guess London pound cake, right? But this is wow.
Really good, huh?
Wow,
man! People go try this if you can get your hands on it.
I'm gonna have to bug you for this, man.
No problem, man. It's a pheno of London pound cake. It's just the pheno that we hunted. So
I love the branding behind it too, and I love the jars. I'm with it, dude.
No, I'm not even trying to gas this one. I don't know. I lit the Runtz up. I love the Runtz. Now I'm smoking this. I'm like, yo,
I knew you would like that.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
this is smoking insane. The ash, everything's good. Hey.
Yeah, he's killing it. I mean, all his flowers burning on point, man. Super white ash. I mean, I don't know how deep you want to go into that convo, because, I mean, me and you, what, about 8-9 years ago is when we started talking about that?
Yeah, and like this is the like soft pillow ash, which is like another level, but you know what I mean?
Heavenly clouds.
As a grower, you got to give it a thorough flush. You know, check your runoff on your plants.
Yep.
See how low you get it. You know, if you're flushing 7 days, it's not enough. You know, like I know everyone has their practices, and they might disagree with me, but I flush for 12 plus days. You feel me? I might go to 14 or 16 days sometimes, and I look to get like very low runoff. I'll damn near have 100 or lower runoff. You know, and that's after feeding a plant for a duration of time to have runoff come that low. That means that there's nothing else left in there. You know.
Yep.
On top of good growing practices, you're delivering the smoke how it should be. It should be pleasant and smooth. It shouldn't burn unequal. It shouldn't burn with a different color. It's white ash all the way. You know?
Yep. The way I'm able to enjoy this, inhale it, keep it inhaled. I could put this in the ashtray, go handle some shit, come back. It's still lit. Like, it's just a different experience where, because, you know, we've all had those joints where it's like you light it like 100 times.
Yeah.
And you're like, holy shit. Like,
it tastes like it smells too.
And it starts to taste like butane or, you know, whatever, because you're hitting it with the lighter so many times, right? But this is some of my favorite smoke right here.
Top notch.
I'm definitely not trying to gas you, but this British pound cake is something special. Like, wow.
Well, and I mean, it's so important. And I always say to people, like, white ash is just, it's a moniker. It's a signal that you did your job as a grower, meaning that like you didn't do any late sprays, right? You didn't have lockup that you couldn't even flush out. Maybe you couldn't flush it out, right? You had lockup. Like there's so many things that can happen in that crazy grow cycle that if you did your job and you had a great run, and then you were also flushed it, harvested, cured right, burped the jars, didn't leave them. You know, if you did your job right, it'll burn like your flowers burning, right? And that's the key. And that's what people want to always take it to the end all be all like, well, that doesn't tell you that it passed test out. That doesn't. No, I know. No, listen, it's not. It's a big checkbox. It's, man, this flower tastes great. Check. Oh, wow, when I smoke it in a joint, it tastes like it smells. Check. It looks phenomenal. Check. It actually, how was the yield? You know, that's for the grower. But then for the smoker, how is it burning? That is a checkbox. And I mean, I'm with you on that. And there's different levels of white ash, but it tells you if the grower did his job. He didn't spray late. That's a big one. If you're spraying late into bloom, which a lot of these rec farmers like to do because they have to pass testing, you're going to have some playing in the coloration.
Harshness.
Yeah. And so you kind of get to see behind the scenes a little bit on how it's burning. And Fidels is top grade, bro.
This is top notch.
Yeah.
Consumers are starting to get more educated too. So
yeah, that's what this podcast is about.
Yeah, 100%. And then just also like consumers are, everyone's starting to become fans of brands and stuff. Cause it's just like anything. Like if someone drinks Bud Light, they drink Bud Light and they got like, you go in the garage, they got a poster, they got this, they got, but they're about their brand. We're about our brands. Like we love it. Right. So it's dope now in cannabis. We're able to curate all these different back end stories and different, styles of not only cannabis, but, the branding, the merch. Like I'm a big fan of the merch.
Me too.
I know you are. We go on there and buy the shit because it's like, we want to support. We love it.
I set my alarm. I'm like, what time's the drop date? And I'll put it in my alarm, Yeah,
and
bro,
it's
for real.
Cool.
100%. Especially with your rolling tray, I was like, immediately went online and bought it. And then, like, I mean, me and Pat Gods are big on stuff like that. I'm always gifting him, random cool shit from drops from weed companies. I love it, bro. And now you're, like you said, you're able to support it. Like I see you with a Pat God shirt, like off the charts, new one. Like you're able to really wear your brand. Like, yo, I fuck with these guys, so I'm gonna rep them. And then you see people out and about and you're like, I've literally had people be like, yo, I fuck with that brand too. And you literally start a conversation with someone. And I've met some dope people that really do shit. Not like some random stoners too. Like I've met like, oh yeah, the guy at Amoeba. And he's like, no, I own all these sushi restaurants right here. And he recognized my hat. Wow. And I thought like, oh, and then we started talking and it's definitely dope in LA like that. And I can't wait to rep Fidels. That's why I'm repping the rolling tray today.
We got the gear now. We got laced.
Oh, bro.
Man brought through it with crazy love.
Oh my God.
You guys are all Fidel'd out, man.
Oh, bro. We're gang. We're official. So to get back to your bros and that side of the story, because I think that's compelling, man. It's pretty crazy. What made you guys want to like all have your own brand, or did that kind of just happen organically, or
to be honest with you, man, we're all bosses of our own. So
you all have the individuality of like, hey, but
and we're there.
I see the similarities though. I see the similarities like with you and your brother Serge, and I see it in the visuals and the appealing of the different things. So I love that. You know what I mean? So
it's different.
And then I can tell just by your brother's brand, your I think middle brother, all gas no brakes. I can tell his type of personality is a little different. You know what I mean? And it's, you know what I mean? Like I can see that now.
There's always the rebel, right? Yeah. There's always the rebel.
Yeah, a little bit pushing from everyone.
I love that though.
We're gonna full circle and get him on here.
Yeah,
a four-way.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy is I was gonna ask you to bring him. I didn't even know that was your brother.
That's amazing.
But then I was like, let's just do. I don't want to
man. He deserves a full.
We'll put that together for another episode. We'll do it with the bros, man.
Perfect.
We'll have to do crazy hash hole like forum. We'll do something special.
Yeah, some
crazy shit. Yeah.
Yeah, those hash holes.
A whole lot of Fiore, gas no brakes, and Fideli things, you know.
Oh yeah, man.
I got a little brother too, man. He has a brand called Zaz. He's a year younger than me. He's hungry. He's
I saw that, man.
Yo, it's a whole family legacy.
Yeah.
So you got to create like one group that's just like
the umbrella.
Yeah.
And just like
100%.
multifaceted the whole
Honestly,
thing.
man, like over the years, I've worked with a lot of people. You know, I've wasted a lot of time, and I've learned a lot too. Everything's a lesson. You feel me? But
lesson or lesson.
Working with your brothers is a beautiful thing. Like being able to work with your brothers and family is just it's amazing.
Is it all ups? It's ups and downs too, though.
It's ups and downs for sure, but like it builds
strength. It brings
a lot of strength, especially when you're doing it. Like we see each other doing good now. You value each other on a whole nother level. You respect each other on a whole nother level.
It's very humbling.
You get to see your brother win too. I mean, that's so big. Especially the way you guys are winning right now. You guys are hitting threes.
It's just a start.
You know?
No, for real. And you can tell that they're just getting started, and each level of growth has its hardships.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it humbles you more and more and more and more, because you always realize like, yo, we're always a few steps away from being right back to the beginning, maybe, or something, right? You know what I mean? So you gotta kind of stay in that lane of like, man, I remember what that was like, but I'm gonna, you know, we're not staying here. We're gonna keep going. You know what I'm saying?
So we're not content, but shit. If all else fails, man, put me anywhere on God's green earth, man. I'll throw a few lights and I'll be all right.
You definitely
how dope would that be, right? over on the. So I mean, first thing that comes to mind for me is like you working up any collabs with your brother.
Yeah.
I mean, I can already feel that.
Talk about the future.
I don't, or don't, but I mean, if you can,
I got dope collabs coming out with my brother in the future. I want to talk about what the people will be seeing next, though, is going to be the DNA genetics times Fidel's hash hole.
Terp. That's the first thing that comes to mind. Terp.
Shout out
Legendary is the first thing that comes to mind.
Things, you know. Shout out to Crockett.
Straight up, that's fire.
That's dope. Crockett. I saw a picture you posted.
Damn.
And I knew something was rumbling. I saw a picture of I think it was Aaron or Don, and he was looking over your shoulder. And I was like, oh, okay.
Saw that jar of rosin too.
The young guys putting people on.
Shout out to them, man. It's an epic thing to work with them. You know, like I was a fan of DNA. I've grown their shit in the past. There's so much love with them, and they're
OGs of OGs. I mean, people say to me OG because I'm 19 years in, and I'm like, no, those. I mean, then I'm looking up to that.
They're the dudes you'd be like, yo, that's they are right there.
We were buying seeds when
the marijuana business convention or something in Vegas. I'm like, just go up, man. Say what's up.
I know. Yeah, I'm like, no, man, no. I'm like, no.
Honestly, man, Aaron's the coolest motherfucker.
Nah, they all are. They all are. They're cool as fuck. Everybody's been good in open arms. They can tell when you're authentic and when you're like really gonna get it. You're on your way. You know what I mean? So they're embracing the young talent, and like that's fucking dope. Because we were talking on another episode with Shirt Money Gelato Kid, and he was talking about his relationship with Karma and how he's embracing him with some of the new stuff to bring back with the old stuff. So I mean, I think it's necessary for any industry. Like that's how it's gonna now get embraced and morph into what's to come. You know what I mean?
100%, man. We do more together. So shout out like all the OGs, man. Like work with the young people. Young people got to work with the OGs and vice versa, man. We all got to collaborate as a community. We got to work more together. And shout out to all the OGs that showed love to me too, man. Like it's really dope. I love this cannabis community, man. I've gotten so much good, positive push from everybody. So
100%.
Yeah, that's
what type of mixes are you guys gonna do? Have you figured it out?
Oh yeah. We got the kosher dog flour with
that's a classic, man. I love that one.
We got the kosher dog flour. We got the.
What will you mix that one with? Rosin wise,
we did it with.
You on gas or gas with fruit? Like how you know?
It was gas on gas, and we did the fruit with the fruit. So we did a strawberries, the DNA strawberries that they drop with the Z.
Oh, okay.
With the straw nano rosin.
Oh, that sounds phenomenal, right?
Shit, you love the straw.
I'm fucking with that. I'm definitely.
So it's like a strawberry. It's a strawberry hash roll on some real shit.
Strawberry banana and Skittles are like my go-to for like fat dab and then get your ass to work, right?
Yeah. it does the job.
So you got some
sounds
terpy
amazing.
collabs coming with them.
Yeah, we're dropping it up and down the coast. It's an honor, man, to drop with these guys and to be able to be
they got the
available up
stretch.
and down California.
They got that stretch, yeah.
Damn, that's dope.
They had
man.
some stores they want to drop in. We have a select stores that we want to drop into. So it'll be available in a lot of stores, like cookie stores are picking them up.
Right now?
Yeah, Green Thumb.
Yeah.
Like people can go right now and get
Not
them?
right now.
Soon.
The drop is in about a week and a half.
Oh, so when this comes out, I mean, they'll
when
already
this
be
hits,
hitting.
it'll be available.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
For sure. So the people are going to be able to test it up and down the coast for sure. And it'll be available
I'm
in like
definitely
a whole
going to get
bunch
one.
of stores.
Oh, my mind keeps going to this then. Well, like, man, DNA, just like you do, we talked about Sure Money, right? And Karma, and how Sure
yeah.
Money basically made sure
Embrace
Karma
it.
had a couple strains. When Karma went to do a breeding project, Sure Money had a couple strains that Karma used in the last breeding project. I just so happened that I actually bought the seeds. I didn't know that he had anything to do with it. But that makes me think about you now too, where I'm like, man, the strains you got right now, I'd love to see a DNA Genetics times Fidels breeding project collab.
Yeah, straight up.
You know, and have that hit through DNA, and it's like,
keep seeing everyone
Man.
embrace each other. because,
yeah,
you know, I mean, your brand is built off a ton of collaboration.
Yes.
So talk about then like your team, because I know you got a solid team, and you just told me you do all your merch, everything is done in house.
Yes.
Like you guys do every bottle, everything all in house, which is amazing. So talk about like the culture, how you built that, and how you got that started for anybody out here that's trying to start their thing up. And I feel like one of the hardest parts of business is the team, the people.
100%. You honestly, man, you got to find a solid group of people. You got to be able to delegate work and see how you could better yourself if we're talking as a brand or as a grower or as a team in general. You can only work better with different people that play different roles, that excel you, that push you forward, and that do it with passion. So I was able to put together a nice group of people. To be honest with you, everyone at the team is there more than they should be, dedicated more than they have to, because they see where they're going. You know, they believe in it, and I'm a fan of paying people more than they're worth. Plain and simple. If you have a strong work ethic and you're down for the cause, we're riding the whole fucking way together.
I love
That's
it
for sure.
I love it. We're the same way.
Yeah.
Me and Pat Gods are the same way.
That shines through anything. And for you to say that your people are staying longer than they're expected to tells you right away that they care at a level that you need them to.
Bro, from
And
the
they
whole
enjoy
squad
what
in
they
the
do.
grow, everybody from printing, packaging, all of that, man. Everybody.
So how do you curate those vibes? How are you keeping that culture together? How are you keeping everyone smiling and the vibe strong day to
I'm a great
day?
individual, man. Fidel is who he seems on social media.
Yeah,
you gotta be that. You gotta live.
You really
it,
are
though.
though. You pulled up. You
Yeah.
really are that.
Honestly, man, like you look at my social media, I'm not a different person. I'm the exact same person.
A
that I
bright
am.
light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
So what are some things in your life that you do to work on being like that? Because I feel like building a business is really just you becoming a better leader and being a better you at every level of the game,
gotta
so
show-
that people can kind of.
You gotta show everyone
levitate
that you
off that.
can do it, bro. Everybody, like, you feel me? Like you can do it. Like I can do it. You could do it too. There's nothing that's not possible. And your work ethic should always outwork anybody else out there. You really need to put yourself like all in.
Yeah, all
Say
in.
no, like 50% shit, like none of that. You feel me? Like all in.
I love it.
110% every day.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
No, I like that.
I do too, man.
Do you guys do like things? Do you go out together? You do things together. You
Yeah,
keep the group close and
we
shit.
go
Like
out
that.
together. Everyone's welcome all the time. We're watching games together. We're smoking together.
Exactly.
Smoking all the new flavors together.
It's a family environment.
Yeah, always, bro. Always.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
There should never be a reason why you walk in a room and someone's like feeling any different. You feel me? It's always good vibes. It's always good vibes. So having that mindset, it's contagious. Smiling is contagious. You feel
It
me?
is.
So all of that. Like,
How do you hire those people? How do you find, like, has it all been friends through friends, or is it random people? Like, how?
you got to cycle through people, but you if you could read people, you see the purity and you judge them by who they are before their work ethic, before what they're doing for you, what tasks they're doing for you. Like who are they? Get to know them And from there, I have a lot of childhood friends that I grew up with, and a lot of friends that I met just recently over the years that are like 110% down. You feel me?
Yeah.
I've had friends like move over from the East Coast to over here.
Absolutely.
I've had friends that growing up with me that have been riding with me for fucking 9 years. You feel me? Like we're still going. Yeah.
Hell yeah. I love it, man. You building the team is such an important thing.
No, I can tell the culture's got to be tight, because for you to get all of this done, that's a big team. And to have a big team, you got to have the culture. You know what I mean? And
I have that mindset, bro. My mind's always on the grow. I feel like water's fucking dumping right now or whatever, you know. But the team's there handling it, you know. Like,
right.
As a grower, that's your mindset 24/7. Whether you're in the field or you're not as much as before. You feel me? The team's holding it down, like 100%.
Every grower is going to get what you just said. That feeling, that like uneasy feeling of like
water is just dumping.
Did I turn that off?
Right,
I know I turned that hose off.
Thought you turned it off.
My lady got a little water fountain for my Frenchie in it, and it makes this noise where the water is like trickling. Right?
Yeah, they got you PTSD.
I keep hearing it. I go and I unplug that thing. I'm like, babe, you'll never get it. It seems like a reservoir is flooding at any given moment. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give you a good one. Ready?
Not a good one for you.
I'm gonna give you a good one, right? And then I want to see if you have one, right? So here's one. So I'm filling up a res. You know, we're in a two. This is one. I have two good ones, but I'll just tell you one, right? So I'm filling up a 100-gallon res. It's on a second story of a house, and there's a staircase that comes down. And as I'm filling it up, and we're doing the full hose, right? No RO. I'm filling up this res and it's banging, right? 100 gallons. And I get a phone call. And I say, oh, hey, what's up? Right? I walk downstairs. I sit down on the couch and I start having this phone call. The phone call lasts probably about half an hour, you know? And I'm sitting there and TV's off. So I'm seeing just like your reflection in the TV. And as I'm sitting there, I get off the phone, you know, and I look down at my phone and I get off and I look into the screen of the TV and it looks like it's raining in the screen of the TV. And I thought, wow, that's trippy. It's fucking raining outside. And I hear it like raining and I can see it in the TV, and I turn around and the whole bottom floor of the house, it's all droplets coming through the roof of the first floor, right? Just droplets full on like dripping, and they're all like nasty water that has dripped through the floor, through the ceiling. So it's not clean water. It's like drips on you. And I run up there, you know, and there's water the thing's just and turn it off. And so ensues, that was probably about like 9 p.m., 8 p.m. I must have went to bed at like 5 a.m. next morning, because it took that long for me to clean all that water up. I'll never forget that.
Shout out to all the shop vacs putting in work, helping us dry these floods.
Straight up.
One little floater valve, and I could have figured that out, but man. Damn. And just like he said, we have funny with other growers that are, you know, younger than me. I'll tell them funny stories, and that's one of them, along with a bunch of other crazy ones like that.
Love it, man.
Yeah, that water.
Number one, I always tell people, don't walk away from running water. You know, like, don't
never.
Yeah.
Never, bro.
It's a bad habit.
I'm to the point now where I literally will set an alarm on my phone. I will not even walk away from the res unless I've set an alarm, because it's so scary. Yeah. And then now I still have a PTSD or some type of OCD towards it, where I'll have to get up and just verify, even though I know no water's running. And it's, man,
I feel you. I have no, on my end, it's not forgiving anymore with these dab pumps. It's hardcore. They're filling fast. You turn your head away.
100 gallons.
Yeah, it goes real quick.
And I always tell younger growers, and that's something I'll drop knowledge, but man, put a floater valve on everything. And if you can't, put a timer on it, and do not walk. Like, I know 28 minutes fills my 50-gallon drum perfectly to the top. So I go 27 minutes and I stand there for the last minute.
Yeah, but get a float valve if you can, for sure.
Yes.
It's real simple. Your RO line will drill a 7/16 hole in the side of your resi, stick the float valve in there, and every time your clean water fills, it'll turn it off itself. Yep. You don't have to worry.
And then you won't be that guy who's smoking a joint and 45 minutes later realizes, and you get up and run, and then there's just 3 hours of mopping, and you're like, oh, now I gotta pull the flooring out because I gotta, oh man, brutal, bro.
Knowledge.
Grow life, right?
Yeah, speaking of grow life, talk to us about like your setup. Go through.
Yes.
You talked a little bit about it.
Yeah,
started talking about
Gavita.
Yeah, the Gavita 1930s.
Great lights.
They're bomb. I use a Botanicare rolling benches, the bench slide system that they have.
Love Botanicare. I know a lot of people hate that, but I love them.
Yeah, they're awesome. I use every kind, with
Yeah.
multiple locations, but I'm really a fan of those.
Whatever gets the job done right.
Exactly. And I've done all the growing practices, crop steering, and all that stuff. But as a good grower, I know exactly what I'm doing, man. And I'm currently using the Athena salts.
Okay.
I do use the Athena blended at certain locations too, but I have my tea brews that I make.
Yep.
I'm religiously making them. The whole team knows I'm really adamant about my tea brews. So you want to walk in there, you want to see your plants praying to the light, happy.
I can tell.
Build a strong immune system for the plant. I have really good growing practices, and I've had them for a very long time. So I can't stress enough to have a solid IPM program. When I say IPM, integrated pest management. So it's like you know what you're doing, know what you're applying to the plant.
Yep.
Be very thorough on when you apply it. Look into beneficial bugs like beneficial mites, beneficial nematodes.
Get a good microscope.
Yeah.
Like one of the ones where it has its own screen or it plugs into your computer. Yeah. I have one I brought actually to the podcast studio today that I was going to have set up so we can bring flower and I can show people flower that, I've grown or they've grown, and we can look, we can make people nervous, But yeah, it's great for I'm just messing with you. But it's great for clones because what you can do is you can flip the leaves upside down and you can literally go leaf by leaf. And if it's just one clone you're taking in, for one genetic, you can sit there and verify that it's 100% clean. And then you do exactly what you're saying. You dunk it in the IPM treatment and you do that multiple times. You watch it, maybe you scope it again a couple days later. And at that point you bring clean genetics into any facility. Like that's the only way.
Yeah.
I mean, because aphids are being passed left and right this season. I know I see a lot of pictures online and all the pictures of our aphids. Aphids is like not exactly root aphids, but just like actual aphids for the plant. That's like a big thing this season that I know, like, definitely, when this comes out, growers are going to know.
And if people want to, I want to give free game to all the growers. If you want to take care of like aphids, let's say, or if you want to take care of spider mites, there's really good growing practices that you can use to do it. Like I use Natural Enemies, for example. It's a website where I order beneficial bugs from. If you have a mite problem or you want to use it as a preventative, there's different forms of bugs that you can buy that can fight it, and they live for a set duration of time and they die out, and they're not harmful to the plant. They're not going to form webs on the plant. People aren't going to taste them. It's nothing like that. It's organically fighting bugs with bugs. And hypothetically, if you have root aphids, for example, you can order these rove beetles called Athena that are hard shell that eat the root aphids and their eggs. And if you're feeding something systemically, hypothetically, let's say like Big Time Exterminator, which sounds like an outrageous product, but it's a very healthy and organic product that can fight off root aphids as well and kill the eggs. It won't kill these hard shell Athena bugs. So and they can live in the cocoa or in your soil medium or in your rock wool medium. They can be applied at an early stage during cloning. So you might see people sprinkle like a soil like substance that's like vermiculite or cocoa-like on their cubes early on, and be like, why did they do that? It's these rove beetles that crawl throughout the cubes that look for other predators to eat, and those predators could be bad, but these Athena bugs are good for you. They'll live for the duration of the time and they fight for you, so they're like an ongoing IPM program.
Wow, it's huge, especially for these ongoing facilities where, man, they just put millions of dollars and they have to have these right crops. I mean, or genetics you took in. I mean, for everybody, that's awesome. I didn't know that. That's epic, bro. Thank you.
Yeah.
People are gonna love hearing stuff like that.
Of course, yeah. The gems like that should be dropped on a regular basis, man. I was giving free game at the Hydro shop all day, so I'll do it. I'll do it for the record.
Absolutely.
Like there's $1,000 minimum, and you get a minute of talk.
Yeah.
yeah.
Nah, I
Hell
like
yeah.
that.
That's dope.
Can I do the honors on a hash hole over there?
Man.
Oh man, yeah.
I gotta have one of these.
So Pat God saw the hash holes on the table and was like, "What is up?"
His has been in the ashtray for,
man, we're
for
gonna like
20
these.
minutes. He hasn't hit it.
Okay.
It's still smoking.
Yeah, man.
So we're all
It's
gonna open
still
these up
smoking.
right now.
We gotta.
So let's go. And so
let's talk
so
about let's talk
Yeah.
about my hole, guys. No shame.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm opening this thing that looks like a diamond at first, so it glitters. It's literally just like spark, like the inside of a diamond.
I
It's
feel like I won something. Like I feel like
Here we go. Let's
lucky.
spark this up. It's huge, man. It's like literally one of the. It's a huge
custom
joint.
mouthpiece with the F for Fidels.
Off the chain, all organic.
This is a big boy.
Yeah.
So it's a
This is no-
biodegradable hemp tip made by Biochem. And you guys are currently smoking on the Fidel's hash hole. This is the original. There's a mini as well, but
This is the OG. This is the big boy.
The mouthpiece is so dope. It's all. What'd you say it was again? Say it one more time.
it's biodegradable hemp, so you could use it 3 times. You can clean it in alcohol, and
Wow.
it's biodegradable from there. Has
Man.
the traditional Fidel's F tip on it.
So whoever rolled these two, this is the perfect roll. I'm looking at this joint as I just rolled it up. I mean, as I just lit it up, and the roll on it is perfect. I mean, absolutely perfect. Beautiful joint, man. I mean,
They're always hand rolled. We take pride in that. The original has 1 gram of hash rosin in the center, and it has 2.8 grams of flour. We try to pair the flour and the rosin together with like very picky. I'm very picky when I do it, and, and I'll do it for the taste, and I'll do it for the high. That's what I'm going for.
Straight up.
yeah, this
Hands
one's.
on, hands on with everything. I'm still admiring it. I'm just not about to
What's the
let
flavors on yours, Pat Gods? What do you?
Let me see.
This one's Gelato 41 flour with Cushman's rosin.
Both of them.
Is that both
Both of them? Oh man, I mean, dude,
the best?
yeah.
You brought us the best.
I like the branding too, man. I love all this. I really like everything you're doing. Fidel's too. It's funny. It reminds me of kind of like Cuba. It reminds me of like Fidel Castro a little bit, you know?
Nah, it's catchy. I love it.
Yeah, it is super
Fidel
cool.
Hydro, Fidel Castro.
Yeah,
sir.
Revolution. Yeah. I love it.
I was sitting at the Hydro shop one day, man, and at the time my Instagram was Dead Presidents. I really fuck with the movie and the song and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was sitting at the Hydro shop and I was like, I need an alias to go by, man. This was pretty early on, you know. So
Yeah.
I was on Instagram and I saw Kevin Durant's Instagram handle. It said Easy Money Sniper. I'm like, God
Yep.
damn, he's a smooth criminal for that one, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, I need something like
Yes.
that.
Left field, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Hydro, it came to mind like right away. I'm like, all right, that stuck with me. And then everybody started calling me that. So I ran with
So
it.
everyone just went with it. Everyone's like, yeah, that's who you are.
Yep.
Man, that's epic.
That's fire.
Most people are like, I'm this now. And everyone's like, yeah. And they call you by the same old name you were before. That's dope, though.
So how did it end up? I think bro's up north. Your other bro's down here, and then you're down here. What ended up making? Did he pick up there and you pick down here, or did you guys both start up there?
That they were just working back and forth. They would work up north and come down here.
Okay, so and I'm talking about the Bay to LA for anybody else.
So NorCal,
Yeah.
SoCal.
NorCal, SoCal.
They'd be making
Yeah.
that travel from Bay to LA, you know.
That's so hence came the plane full circle. It's like, yo, this is why we skipped all that, you know, beginning stuff. You know what I mean? Where you could have blew money here, blew money there, but you kept feeding the brand, feeding the brands, building the monster.
Yep.
And then now you turn around and it's like, hey, this is actually like, this is a business expense. Like this is technically a write-off. Like we need this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, shout out to my brother Serge. Shout out to Big Tuna Mike and Edwin PokerStar. What's up, man? They did some monumental shit. They built a state-of-the-art facility in Maywood.
So cool.
Yeah, they launched that Fiore brand and they got that Fiore jet. It's like honestly some epic shit. We flew over Maywood with the Fiore jet.
Dope,
The
bro.
doggy bag drop.
That's
Some-
Oh, hell yeah.
We took the jet up to the bay and watched the comedy show that Burner did. So it was some epic shit. You know? Like it was
I mean, that's like goals check.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's awesome for other cannabis brands to see that, because it's like, this is doable, man. Like, reach out and touch your dreams, man. Look at you guys crushing it.
You can do it.
Yeah.
You can do it.
Yeah. And teamwork makes the dream work. I always tell my guys, teamwork makes everybody's dream work, because your dream might be a little bit different than my dream. You might want your own. Oh, I also want to do this, or mine. I'm going to do. Yeah, man, it'll work that way too. But that spaceship goes up and then it goes out, you know? And so I love it, bro. I love what you're doing. I from the day one, when I first saw it, I was like, wow, this is sick. And I just kept watching. That was before I knew any of the backstory, you know?
Thank you, man.
People are going to love this. This is insane. This, I'm smelling the joint.
Are these still out there available? Are you
in Southern California at the current moment? They're sold out, but by the time this podcast drops,
they'll be back.
They'll be back. Yeah.
Where can we find these at?
You'll be able to find them at Cookies Maywood, Green Thumb Stillmore, I believe,
dude,
Green Wolf.
Go
Green Wolf. I love those dudes.
If you haven't had a hash hole, I mean, you're missing out. This is
if you haven't had a Fidels hash hole,
yeah,
the OG, the big one, the big boy. So on episode 1, we had one of yours on there, and we were smoking it, and we gave it a review and shit. And I was like, yo, this shit's smoking amazing. But I'm not gonna lie, the big boy one, I feel like I'm really smoking on
this is boss
shit.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah,
this is fire.
Honestly, it's a flexor too. Like, so it's a pleasant smoking experience, and then once you get about a quarter way into it, you ash it, and when you let that ash stack at first. When you ash it a quarter inch into the way, look at it with your phone, and turn that flash on and get that video, because that's that flex shot. It's a whole nother galaxy in the center of that joint, and I'm gonna be known for that. You feel me? People are gonna go into stores. They're gonna be like, let me get that joint with that thing in the middle. You feel me? Like that's my goal with the hash.
Straight up.
I can
big worm.
Yeah.
Straight up. Big worm.
What's up, big worm?
No, for real. And on these, I haven't got to that point yet, but I can already tell it won't be hard to find the goo in the middle of that hole. Yeah, you know, whereas as a few of the other ones, it's, you know, I feel a little skimped. With these, man, you really went the extra mile. It's like, look at the oil resin ring. Like,
I can always tell how dangerous a joint is from the smoke color and how it's burning. And this thing, when I'm hitting it, the smoke's blowing out at just a thick. Oh my God, bro, this thing is off the chain.
Smoke it in a calm setting. Smoke it with a group of people if you need to, and it does the job. Smoke it slow, you know. When you're smoking with the group of people, when you're passing it, everyone's like hitting it. And it's getting hot. There's the rosin in there. Just pace it. It's such a pleasant smoke. I see you guys really enjoying it like some boss shit right now.
Nah, man.
When I think of,
I was eyeing those for 10-15 minutes. I had to wait to cut in and be like, hey, can I get one of those? But no, you know what, the British pound cake blew me away, and I was like, the only thing that'll possibly top this is that big OG hash hole he's got over there.
It's crazy. Straight up. I mean, this is what you think of when you want to smoke a celebratory joint. Like when I'm like bossed up, or you want to be like, yo, I just hit my mark, or like a
gift, like a wedding gift, or like bachelor gift, whatever, like. This is it. Graduation, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So
if you're getting it like that,
college, you know what I mean?
No, but I mean 100%. I'm smoking this and I'm like, man, this is a 10. You know what I'm saying? The experience on this, the flavor, I mean, everything about it, where I could just smoke these. I mean, people are lucky that they can even have access to these. I capped off the ash, and it was like taking off a hat. It literally came right off and rolled right into the. Oh my God, phenomenal, man!
Thank you guys. Yeah, it's epic, man. A full gram of rosin in that thing, So
I can tell from that.
Blow your wig off right here.
Look at the smoke. I can tell from the smoke color that the hashes.
I got some epic collaborations coming with the hash hole in the future.
Now you got me scared of the DNA ones coming out and shit. I'm scared of these things.
They slap, bro.
Holy shit.
I smoked them.
Your face will start melting.
Yeah. Nah, man, these are great, especially for concerts. If you're gonna share this with a group, this is gonna get 10 to 12 people lit.
For anybody with a high tolerance, this is the new wave. Like, you gotta be smoking hash, smoke joints. I don't really dab. Like I don't have a rig. I don't, you know, I'll hit some dabs of rosin. You know what I mean? But this is like, yeah, I had to recently just learn how to do it. And shout out to the homie Bobby Trill, because he rolls them crazy. I hit him and was like, yo, you gotta show me how to do one of those and roll.
Shout out Trill, man.
But back odds, you're saying that
legend.
No, but this
is
like,
your experience for dabs. You'd rather do this than actually dab.
This is what I'm on right here. If I want to get super high now, I'm gonna smoke a couple hash holes.
Yep.
And it really lays you back. But this is the big boy one right here. So this one you can actually share. Even if you got a high tolerance, you can share with a few people and still be there with it.
Oh my God, bro, this would put 8 to 10 people at a baseball game chilling mode. Come on now. Yeah, like I mean, like when I think when I'm in a big group, I'm like either going to a concert or like in a sports event, right? This is something that you're smoking in the parking lot before the event, and all 8 to 10 people, they're like tiptoeing, like, oh man, this is fucking intense, you know? Yeah, this is
festivals, all that.
Yeah, EDC. This is what I'm excited.
I'm excited for all that to come back. So talk about that. Talk about coming up. We got the collab with DNA coming up.
Yeah,
and then I see you're popping up a Kush Doc, which that's gonna be what, July 3rd.
Oh wow,
at Adelanto Stadium. So shout out to Adelanto over there. I hope this will come out around before then. We'll have to look at it. I think
we'll look at the dates.
No, I think it will actually. So this should hit right at that time or before then. But talk about what's coming up with Kush Stock and how you plan on rocking that.
So at Kush Stock, we're gonna have a special for hash hole drop. We're doing like exclusive merch as well. So
wow, the merch is crazy. Yeah, the merch is fire. Like your merch is on another level.
This new summer,
it's not on a Gildan shirt. It's like nah, man. Like this is I'm gonna rock my shit. Like I can't wait.
I mean, look at even the headband he's got on.
Nah, I'm looking at it right now. It's like,
you know what I'm saying? Nah,
made in Barcelona.
Yeah, nah, dude ain't playing with it, man.
Come on,
style.
So dropping a hash hole,
dropping hash holes, dropping merch. We're working on the flower drop. Hopefully the Runtz mints can make it to that date. That's my plan.
We know how that is.
But the Runtz mints flower, I'm really eager for people to try that. That's the Runtz times Pete Josie times Pomelo times Kush Mints 11. So that's the mail that I use I hit it with the Runtz.
This thing's gonna choke me up.
Shout out Synergy too.
No joke.
Synergy, Golden State Banana. They hunted through some of the Runtz mints and they found some keepers.
Oh,
so we got some collabs in the work with that.
Damn,
we got some
like
Dolce and Banana collabs coming with Synergy and Golden State. So I'm looking forward to that.
Dolce and Banana.
Yeah, Dolce and Banana. Wow. Shout out Nick, man. He's a real solid dude.
Yeah, to be real, man, like that. It's hard to come up with a dope banana strain name.
Yeah.
And I know Golden State Banana, like they crushed that out for a long time, and I was like, damn, I was fucking with the flower, all that, but like Dolce and Banana,
and that's
Dolce
them. That's Synergy.
Oh, that's the same. Okay. Yeah. So they morphed it to that.
Yeah.
Okay, I fuck with that. I saw them fucking with that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I like that. No, they evolved it, and like.
Yeah,
it's crucial for every level of growth. Like you got to evolve it into like, yo, what's next? You know what I mean?
I mean, how important is that too, to have like 10 different pots on the stove? It sounds, because that's what I keep getting from our convo, right?
Yep.
As we walk down this, that's what I keep hearing is like, hey, I got this going with DNA. I got that right here. We just finished with Natura. Oh yeah, that. Oh yeah, I just finished these pants. Like pants, rolling tray with glow tray. Like it's just levels of. It's super important, right?
Yeah, man. I got so much cool shit. I can't even talk about half this shit, man. I literally want to just blurt it all out. You feel me? Like there's so much epic shit coming in, and honestly, life changes drastically now from like year to year. Before it was like every 5 years there'd be this big shift. Now it's like we're making these huge leaps, and I cannot wait for the people to see all the cool shit in the works, man.
How for the people at home, how long do you say it's taken you up until this point to now start seeing the yearly leaps and strides compared to 5 years?
You gotta keep trying to knock the door down. You feel me? Like you gotta wake up. You might try fucking 9 times. You might try 10 times. You feel me? And still not get through. But having that mindset that you will get through one day, that's what gets you there.
Yeah.
Honestly. How long do you think? I feel like it's an average of like 10 to 15 years for people. How long?
10 years. It's a lot easier now. The road's paved. You feel me?
You're working from experience now.
Yeah,
And people can get with someone like you who just paved the road and be like, hey, bro, you did it in 8. Can I do it in 3 if I really apply myself?
They can. Of course they can, too. It's cool. I provide like a platform for my homies, too, man. We have all these printers and shit. So, and everything's in-house, packaging and all this. So I give it as a platform for all my homies to take off to whatever they want to do too. And
wow,
that's the
kind of be their own boss and
it.
everything, and
start their own brand
and get in a lane and then run with it.
Yeah, it's a shortcut for a lot of people, but you can't put your ego in the way and like, yo, I took this many years to do it. They got to do it too. Nah, it doesn't really mean that, bro. Yeah. It means that this dude's hard. He's riding with me, and there's an easier road because he's with me right now. Let's go.
Yeah,
let's all go together.
Yeah,
100%.
I do.
So so for some people, it seems like it's an overnight success. It's definitely not. There will be years. You feel me? It's blood, sweat, and years, tears, all of that.
Yeah.
Everything that comes with it, with this road. But it's definitely not going to happen in a year or two, bro. It's like, but set your mind to it. You're gonna have a 5-10 year. Just keep going strong. Keep knocking doors down. That's how you make noise.
And when there's another dip, just know that, like, yeah, I knew this was coming.
Yep.
Yeah, of course. Okay, yeah, it's a dip. Here we go, you know?
Another level of growth.
Yep.
Like we said, what? Blessing or lesson.
Exactly.
And you got to be tough, bro. Life throws curveballs at everybody, bro.
Fuck,
everybody. You got to be tough. Handle it.
Especially with plants. If you're a business that touches the plants, because there's two different people that do cannabis, right? There's cannabis companies that don't touch the plants, and there's cannabis companies that actually touch the plants. For someone like you, yeah, man, you're touching plants, so anything can happen. Even as a great grower, anything can happen.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's huge. And people don't understand that until you touch plants and they're like, can we just do 3 pounds of light every run, 5 runs a year, right? Isn't that how easy it is? Like, let's just check that box off. What strain do you want to grow? You know, but people don't understand.
It's not that easy, man. It's growing's not a perfection how people make it seem. That there's trials and tribulations to it, and no grower is perfect. They'll grow through it. The people go through it all, even though they might not show it.
Yeah.
You go through all these different aspects of growing. So
in late stages, even in your career, I mean, I learned stuff now. I've been learning more and more now than even I did in the beginning of my career.
This past year or two, the evolution of technology and the evolution of growers, it pushes people like you and I to learn more, to do better. You feel all of that. You feel me? So you come into that with a dry sponge mentality, keep learning more, kind of forget some of the growing practices that you thought you know, because it's not really like. There's a lot of people that instilled things in growers that really weren't like true or didn't have value
based on facts. Yeah.
So when now we work off a factual world, you know, where there's data and there's statistics and there's numbers behind what you're doing and what you're actually putting into it. The results are showing. You could replicate results. You can be consistent. You can have good growing practices.
Plant biology. You can literally say like VPD, you know, that was a game changer for me, you know, and I'm sure for a lot of growers, and that's why you're 100% right, bro.
Speaking on tech and speaking on, you know, all the new things and how it's morphed in the last, especially few years, talk about some ways you're utilizing your tech and like handling your irrigation and kind of monitoring all that. Like how are you adapting and evolving into it? Like
that data logging is cool. Knowing your moisture levels and how much your plants are eating, how often you need to feed them, how, like when you reach certain moisture levels to feed the plant, how much runoff to have, feeding too little, stacking your nutrients, like all of this stuff over the years. I've learned so much, but in this past year, the technology that's been available at our fingertips, I always knew it was coming, so I was always prepped for it, but being able to use all this tech, it just makes you better as a grower. Like if people thought like I'm pumping out good flower, it's only going to get better.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, like it's only going to get better.
The rooms get better. The build outs get better.
What type of tech are you fucking with right now?
I fuck with the Arroyo, but I know that there's better stuff coming. I fuck with, I mean, to be honest with you, like Trollmaster, step your fucking shit up. It's cool, everything works, guys, but like step it up. You feel me? It's time to like have a proper platform and whoever it is, whether it's Trollmaster, Grodan, or whoever's at the forefront of it next year, because it's such an evolving industry. Like, do it right. actually do it right. You know, there's a lot of big companies that could take control of it. It's like, do it right. Arroyo's doing good right now, and I'm really fond of what they have. So
shout out to Ramsey. We know him. We fuck with him. He's good.
And
people.
It just got sold. I think he just sold off.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. So someone
Good
different owns it now.
Shout out to him, man.
So I totally agree. And so what specifically, if you don't mind me asking, because like what do you want to see the change in the industry from those companies? Like what would be the big thing? Like just quality of what they're putting out, or what?
Step up your sensors. Like, everything needs to be horticultural grade. You feel me? Your
not home grow, yes.
Grower's choice to everybody. You know, like I have like 140 something of these lights up, and I'm having like strips on in the middle of the night. Not even a strip on. It's like not even at 1%, but the eye could see it still.
You're right.
It's not
there was a company called Busy Bee, and I bought. We spent thousands of dollars. Pat Gods is laughing because it was at a grow where we were together on it, and same thing. The whole thing was built out on systems that were made for like small grows or for like small setups. It was not. Oh yeah, our systems they don't go over 12 amps, so we're like you can't. You're supposed to plug a dehumidifier into this so it controls the dehumidifier. Then they're like, yeah, it won't do anything over 10 amps. And we're like, well, this dehumidifier, it's this whole thing, like it's 12 amps. And so it's just like, what are you doing? You guys are selling thousands of dollars worth of stuff, and it's not made for agriculture. I love what you just said. Another huge gem. I just priced out a cultivation, to basically upgrade all the stuff. And the biggest thing I went after was the guys who are working on it and the actual stuff we're purchasing for the grow is agricultural products. So the guys working on it are builders that have done greenhouses, indoor grows. They're not just construction guys. They're grow construction guys. The products are for agriculture. So even like the little like it's random stuff you run into, but there's always these products where people will recommend the size down or the cheaper version, which is like this pump made for a fish aquarium, right? But instead they're like, yeah, but the big one's made for a field of corn. You're like, well, I want that one.
Yeah.
And then 100%
venturing out into that now, and that's what I like about our industry. Like, you got to go into these like other industries that already exist and use some of their tech to bring it over into our world. Because the people, honestly, in the hydroponics industry and in the gardening industry have been taking advantage of the consumer for a long time. Like you could definitely step it up. I've seen it on all aspects. I've been on every side of the desk. You feel me? So it's just like the technology is getting better, and having proper sensors that can handle sprays, that can handle the wear and tear over just a short span of time. Because we're going through harvest in these rooms back to back to back to back. Like these products got to make it through too. Whether it's your dehus, your lights, your sensors for them, everything.
So they either need to have a grower on staff that actually knows growing, or they need to bring someone in on their board, these companies, because they're big enough, right? Why couldn't they? So this is because here's the problem, right? What you just said. So here's the answer. Bring a grower in, put them on your board, pay them a good salary, bring a grower in like us, someone that honestly, that really knows this thing, and put them on the board and ask them questions just like you said. Why does this? Why won't that work? Why can't we? That's not, and it's all the little things. No, that doesn't work in here because we have to be able to plug in these 4 lights, and why won't that? It's the little nuances that they don't think of because they're coming at it from either computer technology backgrounds or engineering backgrounds, or it's a guy who had an interesting idea for a grow product who kind of grows. Okay, bring in the grower or have a grower on staff, but pay that salary. Same thing, collaboration, like we've been talking. Bring one in and actually have a grower be like, yep, that works, but hold on, you should try this because then we can use it in this greenhouse too. Besides, it's the little nuances.
It might be the shortcut to your version 2 or 3 that you're going to put out in 2-3 years to bring on someone and better it,
worth 1 year salary because you brought on somebody who really cares about what they do. Yeah.
The one thing is though about this industry, man, growers are really underappreciated. They're undervalued.
Yes.
I think they're the most important part of any flourishing business.
They produce.
They produce, and you should put all your eggs and everything into the grower. Honestly, that's where it goes. And so, any investors or anything like that, you should always have patience with your cultivators because they might shine for you one day. So
it's a team effort, and just like anything, there's a quarterback, right? And he can't also run the ball and score, and then also throw the ball, and then also call the play, and then also manage the team, and then so it is like you're saying, it's a team effort. Back him up and let him be the star, or let him run, or whatever you want him to do. Carry the team if you want to ride him to the finish line, but back him up. I totally agree, bro.
100.
Yeah, and it's a team effort, and that's why I say that, because man, with the right help, some of these growers can shine. We know a couple of them that I'm sure, you know, some guys local to LA. Like, besides your product, are there anybody that you're smoking on locally that you're like really like, wow, they grow fire?
Yeah, I fuck with a lot of people's flower, to be honest with you. Shout out to Burning Rope.
Burning Rope, fire.
DEO Farms, Wizard Trees.
Yeah.
Fire Farmer. To be honest with you, I always have my awareness on everybody like actually out there doing their shit. You feel me? Like you could tell the difference from all these companies, like who's actually doing it, who's not.
100%.
The buzz that we hear on this side is different than other people here. So it's like
ground level.
Oh man, I'll pop out and go try your stuff at your grand opening.
Yeah, and,
you know,
and
like,
honestly,
for sure.
That's what all these big companies are missing. You know, it's just to actually have a
care.
Yeah. Give a fuck about your genetics, your flower, everything you're putting out.
Who's trimming it, how it's trimmed.
Evolve the game, you feel me? Like there's a reason why they smoke on all those brands that I named in mine too. You know, the people fuck with us, and that's something corporate companies can't just come in and buy with like a big building or something like that. They lack that image, that mind spark, whatever the grower provides. They don't have that, you know.
Yeah. I mean, it's steez, it's whatever you want to call it. Like 100%. A lot of people will also say it's like you're bringing the culture to the brand, right? You're bringing all that backing of like now these guys are okay. You know, you weren't good here. Now you're okay. I totally agree, man. And a lot that's the tall tale is the corporation comes in, the grower gets booted out. You know, we talk about that a lot, but like, I like what you said, man. When you build a team around you, there is no booting you out.
Yeah.
You bring your whole team in. Yeah. And I love that you research too who you're smoking on, because just like you said, Wizard Trees, we smoked the hell out of some Wizard Trees. That DO, that RS11 he brought over, all kinds of stuff.
Crazy.
Fire.
Everything.
Zope. Yeah.
Fire. They're a good example of collaboration, because we talk about on that episode. I'm excited for you to hear that one. Just how he really chose collaboration over competition. I talk about that, where it's like, in this game, there is the love side and the real core and culture side, but unfortunately, that's only really experienced in California. You know,
100%.
Everywhere else, you really don't feel that, and it's competition. And you could be looking at your neighbor across the street like, oh, what are they doing now? And it's just I think it's a location thing.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's well put.
You know what I mean? So, and I'm analyzing this now as I'm saying it, is like, that's what I've seen. And it sucks, because I come from a competition arena of it. And it's just like, damn, if everyone would just get together, this shit would be crazy. Like, it would be like, that is how you beat the suits and ties, and like keep this community whole. You know, kind of like food and water. It's profits over people.
You share,
we see
you
that.
share talent, you share experience, you share audience when you collaborate. It's a beautiful thing. You feel me?
And there is no fucking you over, because you guys are together.
You catapult each other up.
Yeah.
There's no real way to do that if you're just kind of like trying to one up each other.
It's like anyone on your own.
Because you're not really curating anything, but just like stabs at each other. That, you know what I mean? I don't know. So it is a culture thing, and that comes down to a location thing, in my opinion. Yeah. So we're blessed to be able to be here and be able to experience that, like, real culture, real collaboration, and where the core of this community has been built and continues to be built into the future. And like, I'm personally glad to see LA opening back up, Cali opening back up. Thank God, man. COVID taught us a lot of things, but now I think it brought us together more than ever in a way where we can all kind of see that it's cooler to collaborate. Yep. It's cooler to work together. It's like like having issues and not in over small things, like you can kind of put it in perspective now of like, yo, life's way bigger than what I was mad at this person about or what they're mad at me about or whatever, right? And put it to bed and, you know, come together because it takes a team.
Yeah.
You know, and it starts as a few people and it needs to end as many. And it's not really about who's putting out the dopest flower, who's putting out this, it's about who's putting out the most value and to how many people they're putting it out to.
Yeah.
And that's that team effort that like I could see coming from your brand and coming from you as a person is like you're curating a lot of energy being put out in a good way. And that like travels well. So I don't know. Shout out to you on that. Like props to you on that because like that makes me feel good coming out of COVID and being back in LA and seeing all this. And we put this together, this podcast, and like seeing it firsthand through, we just did Wizardries, you know, and he talked about Avant. Shout out to him and Dio. They're putting that together and putting, you know, all new shit out that like just like, you know, they're popping things and going after
all
things.
Original strains.
It's a creations, you know what I mean? And it's fucking dope to see everybody coming together and like putting their own spin and taste on things and seeing what it's morphing into. And it's just like a, you know, different waves of exotics and branding coming online. So I got a lot of hope for the rec market with guys like you and groups like you coming together and collaborating to make sure that it happens. So
yeah, man. Nothing but great stuff happens from collaborations, man. Let me tell you a story that people probably don't know. Exotic Genetics Mike, he put out like a Runtz menu of seeds. He crossed like a bunch of cool stuff with Runtz.
Oh, it was huge. It was hyped up. I was huge.
Yeah, a bunch of fire and all that. So not too long ago, I had gotten a DM from Mike, and I'm a fan of his to begin with. You feel me? I wasn't as popping as I am now, I'd say, but he sent me a DM asking for the Runtz cut, knowing that I have what I have, and I met him up, man. I had a whole tray for him. He was probably expecting like one or two cuts.
Yeah.
I had a whole tray.
One clipping.
Yeah, beautifully fucking rooted. I passed it along to him. He was like, "Man, I got you." So he took that back home. A few weeks passed. He sent me a care package with all of his genetic catalog that he had to that date. Damn. And then everything he dropped since, like he would always send me care packages of it. You feel me? So he used my Runtz to create that whole menu. Of a whole array of flavors that he put out, and he crushed it with it. He crushed it. The Runtz S1 that we're smoking on now, it's that. You feel me? Like
I bought a bunch of packs. Yeah, when it dropped, I have a bunch.
And like I said, it's like pure like if you wanted a Coca-Cola, like if you were looking for like Runtz, like this is the Runtz.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like it's Runtz. It's just Runtz.
I'm glad he bred with it. Like as an OG, you feel me? I look up to him. Like he bred with that. So it's like that.
And that was a leap of faith too, because some people are scared and they're like, oh, I don't know. You know, so
it says a lot about the genetic that one of the best breeders, one of the biggest and best breeders of all time took that genetic, spawned it off some huge, and it's that fire that he was like, dude, what's up with that? Yeah. I mean, that says a lot about it, bro.
Yeah. That's dope.
And just stories like that, man. Collaborations is dope as hell. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
You know what was really trippy for me is when we used to have all the collabs that we were able to do before it went really tight with the legalization. Now we don't really see the collabs. Like, you know, every wax company had a collab with a garden or a rosin. You know, there was all kinds of stuff. You don't see that anymore. And it's weird because I thought it was because of rules, but it's not. It's just everyone's in their own lane. And a lot of these people don't come from where we come from, so they didn't know that. I can't wait to see. It's so dope to see you now collabing with Natura, collabing with all these different companies, because that's what I enjoyed most about the market before it got all tight. You know, I really did, was like being able to see Fidel do something with another brand that you cannot get any other way. This is the only way you can get it. And this company took the best of theirs and Fidel took the best of his, and now they put them together and now here's their offering. Like, that's the dopest shit ever.
Beautiful, man.
I mean, that's what I live for, is stuff like that. To be able to, like, I mean, I'm not, he knows, Pat Gods knows, I'm the guy who like shows up at 2 a.m. and stands in line if I have to get like a drop of something, you know?
Yeah,
so I love that, man. I love that you're bringing the collaboration to the legal rec market side, because we need a lot more of that amongst the high end companies. Like,
yeah, no,
man, 100%. So dope.
I'm excited for the events to start going again. You know what I mean? Getting everybody back out there so we can curate more of that, see more of that. What other type of events you guys looking to do this year? Like, got anything on that?
I honestly want to do like more pop-ups and meet the people, bro. Like I honestly
LA based.
Yeah, LA based.
Hey,
I'm willing to go out
to help.
more,
let's
big smoke lounge would be
curate that. You know, 100%.
You need to do like a smoke lounge where we can really get to. I mean, people lighting stuff like this up and these donut holes or hash holes, and be able to talk with
nice
Fidel.
little location.
It keeps me going, man. Being connected with the people, like actually hearing them, they're following. They wake up in the middle of fucking the morning and drive to wherever the fuck I drop. Like I've dropped like 2 hours from LA in the middle of nowhere, and people have came. You feel me? Like
they're
living for that.
They really like your brand, and they fuck with you. They know the craft too. They know the amount of time that went into making one of these, how good it is. You know,
talk about the process of making one of these hash holes. So these how they are truly handcrafted.
Handcrafted. The mind sparked for this hash hole, man. It came in Barcelona, believe it or not. I was out there with Jigga from Cookies, my brothers,
heavy hitter,
Frosty Nugman, Frosty Nug Lady, Shiloh Massive, the boys from Dying Breed Seeds, Third Gen, all them were out there, and then we're just floating around from place to place. We're out there for Spanibus, and I helped them with some seed drops and stuff. It was really cool, but everyone was riding around with flour, like fire ass flour and fire ass hash. You feel me? Like especially with Frosty being there, so we're all like going from place to place to place, and we're just fucking rolling these fucking hash rolls. You feel me? Like fucking putting the flour, fucking warming it up, putting another layer of flour on it, and then fucking rolling them up. Even smearing it on the papers and shit. You feel me? Like everything you can get from it. So we would do this, and then we went to Terp's Army, which is it's like a lounge in Barcelona. Shout out to my homie Lorenzo. Okay. So we're over there, and my boy he smokes stronger than us too. I'll be honest with you, bro. He has better Cali than Cali does. He has better hash than Cali does. And he's smoking it out there in Barcelona. So we'd be out there, and bro would be rolling the hash holes up. And it was a inspiration to our trip. So everywhere we would go, all these monumental shit that we would do, that we would see, we were smoking the hash roll. So I dropped cookies with cookies. I helped them package that up, and I was smoking hash rolls amongst the whole process. I was looking at fucking amazing ass buildings and smoking hash rolls throughout the whole process. We were in Argentinian steakhouse smoking hash rolls and hitting hash off the fucking hot stones with the straw and shit. You feel me? Like epic shit. So I took that spark when I came back home. I started rolling them. Like it was just my Percy's.
You perfected it.
I was like, why don't the people have this? Like straight up, why don't the people have this? I have my own printer. I have my own. I could do everything in house. You feel me? I grow the weed. Yeah. I can roll these myself. Until I couldn't roll them myself. Until the man got high.
You hype yourself up. You're like, I got this.
I got a solid team now.
Yeah.
But honestly, I wanted to get that to the masses, and that was a spark for me. So when I came here, I really wanted it to be different. I took my time. I perfected my personal roll.
Yeah.
I would always hand roll them myself to begin with. So
how many did you hand roll in the beginning?
I'll do like 75 to 100 a day.
Oh wow!
How many like total do you think you've done?
Tens of thousands.
Wow. Hand rolled by the man himself.
Could have built a house.
Yeah. So like they say 10,000 hours, tens of thousands of hash holes.
You know what's interesting?
And so to package up though for the people, not personal.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about what's been moved. You feel me?
You heard what he said though. I like what he said when he said, "I took that spark, went home, and did it for myself. I took what I thought was interesting, went home, did it for myself." And then when I thought it was on point, then I was like, why can't the people have this? That's dope. That's with any craft.
Well, and it's like that too, because sometimes you'll do something for the coin and then it doesn't hit. And then you do something and you're like, I'm doing this because I think it's dope. Yeah. And then people are like, yo, what's up with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a good ass roller too, bro. I'll roll like really nice joints. You feel me? Like I didn't have a grinder in my hand.
I'm gonna take your word for it because just the product. So at how many of those did you say, hey, all right, I gotta step back.
I gotta have
look,
it.
the man.
Or are you still busting them out here and there?
No, I still roll them today too. You'll catch me in the line with the guys.
You
too.
jump in there, right?
That motivates them. They're like, oh shit, Fidel just did it in 45 seconds.
You got to let them know you still got it.
Yeah,
everyone sits up straight.
Yeah.
And they're like,
That sounds about right.
Yeah,
you definitely got to check in and be like,
proper,
yeah, no,
bro. We
I'll
adjusted for COVID too. You feel me? All these rollers, you don't really see how they're rolling. And like we adjusted for COVID. We did the whole fucking gloves, the everything. It's super sterile. The QC's better than it's ever been before. Like we're riding strong on this shit, COVID or not. You feel me?
Yep.
So the hash hole, we perfected it, man. I have a solid team like rolling together. We have men and women rolling together. Like you cannot differentiate how we roll them because I've taught the team well, to be honest with you.
No, this is phenomenal.
Absolutely.
Perfect. It's a perfect roll.
Yeah, no, it's still like brother.
To the end.
I'm looking at pack gods and it's like greased out. The tip of it is like shining. It's phenomenal.
And these are the big, like there's a big hole, but it's dead center.
I mean, I'd be
the whole way though. You know what I mean? Like when I roll them, I'm not gonna lie, it's like little miniature, like runny, like I'm still working.
If this is a 45, you got the 9mm one.
You might have to put out a tutorial for us on YouTube or some shit.
Oh man,
the people got to know. You know, I was
do that.
Live, but we'll do a bust down of it.
Yeah, man. Sponsored, powered by Blackleaf. Yeah, dude, that'd be dope. Yeah. Man,
we got to get that Blackleaf hash hole going too.
Yeah,
I'm speaking that to existence right now.
I'm in. Yeah. I'm so in. We just gotta figure out what strain I'm. Yeah. I love all that craziness. This times this, and that's gonna be like that, or this times this, and do you do gas times gas, or fruit times fruit, you know, or do you do purple times fruit, or purple times gas? I mean, I love that, and what you did here with this is phenomenal. I've actually been having to hold myself back from choking half this time because of how fire and how like
nightcap. I bought you guys a nightcap.
Oh man,
damn sure did. You knew when to wrap it up and how to do it.
It's phenomenal.
Talk about Spanibus though, your experiences out there, and then we definitely plan on going next year.
Spanibus changed my life. That trip that I told you guys, honestly, I met so many profound people, like, and I went through so many cool experiences. It changed my life. I came back and you were a different person. Yeah, I had some hunger. And I couldn't wait to go back. I was going back right before the pandemic. Me and the whole team, we had 8 luggages in the back of the truck. We're rolling, and then Trump made that announcement. I literally had to bust a U-turn.
Oh,
like, yeah,
damn!
The travel ban and all that. Yeah.
Thank God you didn't leave yet, though.
Right. But I can't wait to go back. If anybody next cannabis, we're going, bro. We got to have that presence. 100%. Like that, that love that we have over here. 100%. This community shit, we'll feel it even more over there.
All day.
Yeah, they praise us over there.
No, all day, because when you come together and you're in a foreign country and everyone's kind of from the same little area or whatever.
Yep.
It's a different vibe. Yeah. Like it's way easier to unify.
Shout out to Barcelona, man. They smoke so strong. They got stronger opinions than us. They got harder.
Damn. So how are they smoking? Is it like spliffs? So I've been to Amsterdam a couple times.
The bosses, the real smoking like flavors like us, bro. They probably would have like just as comparable jars to us, if not better, to be honest with you.
Wow. They're dialed in.
Yep.
Think about that, because
dialed.
It's not spread out like here, you know, with buildings and, you know, places to cultivate. So it makes things logistically a lot crazier. Yeah.
That shit's crazy, man. That
I'm smoking this thing to the bottom and I still see a tiny hole in the bottom. That's insane.
This is the real deal.
Yeah. Like on 4th of July, I want to smoke this. On New Year's,
think about
Christmas.
Think about
this is like a cohiba.
Oh man,
it's like cohiba right here.
This and a nice steak,
a Fidel.
Yeah, man.
And I haven't drank for a little while now, for a good while, and so I need you need something like where it's like this is a little like let go celebratory. Like I'm gonna get a little twisted tonight and really relax. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. This is for a concert. This is perfect. I mean,
I'm excited for like comedy shows and all that stuff to start coming back online and really getting out here.
LA will be a whole different place. I can't wait to go to Spanibus, like you said, though, too, man. I've been waiting on it, and I'm excited for this next year. I really hope they set a hard date and it's ready to go, because same thing. I'm going out there. I'm hoping they're growing some dirty Sprite crosses in a few years, you know, and do some cool stuff. And I have never been. So all I do is I see pictures and I see people like posting memories, and I'm like, I got to get out there. I've met some awesome people too from there. So yeah.
It's a beautiful region for sure.
Yeah.
What was your favorite? Did you guys like travel around outside of Spain, or
we stayed in Barcelona that
whole
time
time
around? Yeah,
that's
it's beautiful, man. Just along the coast, the food, the people,
everything.
Yeah, everything.
Did you go to like anywhere like Marbella? I've heard of Marbella too over there.
I haven't.
Interesting
I was
on the
eager
beach.
to. Everything's pretty close, to be
Yeah.
honest with you. So, I want to stay for a longer duration
Madrid.
next time and venture out Madrid. Yeah.
Yeah. I think
So
I think
dope.
that's what, you know, how you play. You go for like a week, do the cannabis thing, and then spawn off and kind of
Yeah,
go
and
venture
if you're
out and check
rolling
things
deep, get
out.
one of those vans and shit. Just like, honestly, I'm gonna have like eight people
With the
straight
homies.
up, rolling deep. Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I mean,
Got
it's
to.
paradise. Then if you go with the homies too, I mean, how can you lose?
Experience, man.
Yeah.
That's how we do.
Field
it.
trip, baby.
I have to share
Field
the
trip.
experience with them, man.
Yeah.
Got to.
100%, man. Dude, I'm just so stoked you came on here, man. And I was looking forward to this as soon as we set this in motion. And I knew all your people too would love to hear from you, because Instagram's one thing, and like even little snippets of videos, but to have you on here and have this long-winded conversation about your growing and everything, I'm so stoked.
It's an honor, guys. It's an honor. Let's do it again. All right.
Yo, nah, definitely. It's crazy to hear everything completely single sourced, completely done with quality, completely done with love. Seen this dude pull up, man. Genuine, authentic, caring, loving soul. We need more of this around.
Yeah.
We need more collaboration around.
Yes.
And I'm looking forward to the future. I'm definitely looking forward to Spanibus, looking forward to Kush Stock. We'll probably have to slide through there, pick up these new hash holes. I'm looking forward to the DNA drop. Anything else you want to leave them with? Anything else you want to talk about or touch on?
Oh man, I just want to thank everyone for the love. I appreciate you guys. If you don't grow weed, grow weed. If you
Yeah.
haven't smoked Fidelis, make sure you smoke Fidelis. It's going to be
definitely.
available everywhere real soon.
Absolutely.
And make sure you try the Fidels hash hole. It's honestly the best pre-roll in the market. I say that with pride. I say that with my chest out, from the grower to you.
You have a super vibey Instagram too.
That's facts.
Definitely
That is-
check that out.
From a consumer as well, that is a fact.
Yeah.
Nah, some of the best smoking flower I've had a chance to get in years.
And
I'm blown away.
And we will wrap with that.
Hell yeah.
Much love to everybody, man.
Yo, first
Stay
smoke of the
tuned.
day.
First smoke of the day, episode 5. Peace.
First smoke of the day is
Fidel.
Fideli.
Yes, sir. Let's get it.